At Jiangcheng Second High School, only one day remains until the unified exam. The homeroom teacher, Chun Fan, addresses his senior class. He reminds the liberal arts students to prepare all their writing materials. He then shifts his focus to those taking the martial arts exam. He instructs them to have their combat suits and weapons fully prepared. Chen Fan gives a grave warning. The martial arts exam carries a real risk of death. He strongly discourages anyone with an awakened ability ranked below D rank from participating. The protagonist, Su Jingming, immediately feels the teacher's words are directed at him. His mind drifts. Su Jingming is a transmigrator. He was reborn in this world called Blue Star. This new world possesses a technological level similar to his previous life. However, Blue Star is also plagued by terrifying and bloodthirsty vicious beasts. To combat this threat, there are the awakened humans who possess special abilities. Everyone in this world awakens their ability at the age of 16. The power of these abilities varies wildly and is categorized into 9 ranks. The vast majority of people only ever awaken abilities between F rank and D rank. Su Jingming's own awakened ability is a meager E rank. Its power is barely comparable to a simple stun baton. His thoughts are interrupted by a classmate, Huang Tian. Huang Tian mockingly calls Su Jingming E-rank trash. He tells him to stick to the liberal arts track and offers him a menial desk job at his family's company. Another student, Lin Qingwan, quickly intervenes. She tells Huang Tian to worry about himself. Huang Tian scoffs at her. He vows to show everyone who is truly the best during the unified exam. He gives a final, chilling warning that Su Jingming will only end up dead on the exam grounds. After Huang Tian leaves, Lin Qingwan offers some comforting words to Su Jingming. She tells him not to pay any attention to the bully. She reassures him that everyone has their own worth and that choosing the liberal arts path to live a peaceful life in the city is a good life too. His registration form reveals his true intention. Su Jingming has chosen the martial arts exam. In the Daxia Nation, higher education is split into 2 tracks. The martial arts track is a path of life and death, where students must enter dangerous zones and fight vicious beasts to the death. The liberal arts track is for those with weaker abilities, leading to the life of an ordinary citizen. Su Jingming's mind flashes back to a traumatic memory. The parents he had in this world were killed during a massive beast tide. He knows that even if he avoids the deadly exam, the threat of beasts invading the city is ever present. He cannot hide forever. He reinforces his decision. He will take the martial arts exam because he refuses to be powerless ever again. In a private training room, Su Jingming practices tirelessly with his spear. Sweat pours from his body as he collapses from exhaustion. He had chosen the spear as his weapon the moment his ability awakened. Despite 2.5 years of relentless practice, his proficiency remains at the beginner level. His only advantage is a combat technique he purchased, a skill named Lightning Gale Break. This technique makes him slightly stronger than the average E rank awakened. He understands the death rate for students below D rank gets higher every year, but getting into an awakened university requires him to risk everything. In that moment of desperation, a glowing blue panel materializes before him. The system is activating. It presents him with a special newbie pack. Su Jingming is stunned. He immediately realizes this must be the legendary cheat system for transmigrators. He checks the contents of the pack. Inside is an S-rank ability and 200 ability points. Su Jingming can hardly believe his eyes. S-rank abilities are impossibly rare. In the entire Daxia Nation, one appears only once every few years, and its user is cultivated into a top-tier powerhouse. He thinks about how a useless E-ranker like him now has a chance to completely defy his fate. He wastes no time and claims the pack. The system confirms the pack is claimed successfully. It begins the process of distributing his new S-rank ability, the Violet Firmament Divine Lightning. Immense pain courses through Su Jingming's entire body as arcs of violent lightning burst from him. The powerful surge creates a massive commotion. His neighbors see the disturbance at the Su family's house, with one suggesting they call the fire department. Meanwhile, the phenomenon grows. The sky above the entire city suddenly darkens. A terrifying display of lightning fills the clouds. Inside a command center, a military officer looks out his window at the unnatural storm. He feels an immense, suffocating pressure from the lightning. He worries that a powerful lightning attribute vicious beast is about to invade the city. He immediately issues an order for the Jiangcheng 3rd Legion to enter a state of high alert. Back in the training room, the agonizing transformation reaches its climax. The system announces that the ability transformation is 100% complete. Su Jingming slowly raises his hands. They now crackle with untamed, destructive lightning. He recognizes that the S-rank Violet Firmament Divine Lightning is on a completely different plane of existence from his old Stun Baton ability. He feels that a single blast could now blow a person to smithereens. He also realizes the transformation caused far too much commotion. He feels fortunate that he managed to control the raw power. If he had not, the entire training room would have been utterly destroyed. His thoughts then turn to the 200 ability points from the newbie pack. A system prompt explains their function. Ability points can be obtained by killing vicious beasts. They can be used to upgrade his level and his skills. Su Jingming thinks to himself that he loves this simple and direct kind of cheat system. He commands the system to open the panel. The interface displays his new status. His name is Su Jingming, his level is awakened but still unranked. His ability is the S-rank Violet Firmament Divine Lightning. The panel also lists his physique, spirit, and beginner-level skills in spearmanship and lightning gale break. He sees his 200 available ability points. With the unified exam being the very next day, he knows what he must do. He decides to use all 200 points to increase his combat power as much as possible. He issues his final command to the system, telling it to add the points. Su Jingming decides to use his points with pure logic. He reasons that all superpowers originate from the human physique and spirit. He makes the call to strengthen these two basic attributes first. The system processes the points and his physique and spirit stats skyrocket. A surge of dark purple energy erupts, swirling powerfully around his body. He feels the incredible change. His energy, his blood circulation, and even his thinking have all been enhanced. He clenches his fist, feeling the raw power thrumming within. He throws a test punch, unleashing an explosive vortex of blue and purple lightning. He understands immediately that improving his core attributes enhances every aspect of his power. The system panel confirms the upgrade. His physique is now 141 vitality and his spirit is 160 Hz. Each superpower point was worth 0.2 vitality or 0.2 Hz of spirit. A confident grin spreads across his face. He knows that getting into a superpower university is now a sure thing. Still, he wonders where he ranks among the 700,000 other candidates in Jiangnan province. He questions how he compares to the geniuses who have trained under famous masters since childhood. He decides to find out for himself. He kicks his spear up from the floor, slings it over his shoulder, and heads for a martial arts gym to test his true power levels. Just as he prepares to leave, his door is kicked wide open. A team of firefighters bursts into the room, ready for action. Su Jingming is completely stunned. The lead firefighter looks around in confusion, explaining they received an emergency call about a fire. Standing in the wrecked room, Su Jingming calmly tells them the commotion was just from his superpower cultivation and everything is now fine. The firefighters accept his explanation and pack up. As they leave, one of them looks back in awe, thinking that the young generation is truly to be feared for causing such a disturbance just by training. Outside, Su Jingming runs into his neighbor, Uncle Yang, who asks if he is all right after the fire. Su Jingming assures him everything is under control. Noticing the spear, Uncle Yang praises his dedication for training right before the big exam. The narrative explains that for an awakener to grow stronger, training their body and mind is essential, which is why martial arts halls are so important. The two most famous are the expensive Fierce Bear Hall for the rich and the Thunder Martial Arts Hall, which is free for all high school students. Su Jingming enters the bustling Thunder Hall and immediately spots his cousin, Tang Qi. He approaches and asks what she is doing there. Tang Qi, surprised, says she is just with some friends. Su Jingming politely excuses himself and heads for the training room. As he walks away, Tang Qi thinks he seems different than before. Her friend, Xiaoya, immediately comments on how handsome Su Jingming is and asks who he is. Tang Qi explains he is her cousin, also a third-year student taking the exam tomorrow. Xiaoya gushes that he would make a great boyfriend to show off. Hearing this, Tang Qi decides to bring her friend back down to earth. She reveals that her cousin only awakened a meager E-class superpower. Xiaoya is instantly disappointed, calling it a pity. A male friend remarks that it is brave for an E-ranker to take the exam. Tang Qi just looks worried, saying that bravery is meaningless when the risks are so high. Meanwhile, Su Jingming finds an empty training room. He grips his spear and notices it feels much lighter. He realizes his own physique has become drastically stronger. His old weapon is no longer suitable, but with the exam tomorrow, there is no time to find a new one. He decides to first test his raw physical strength alone. He tightens his grip and thrusts the spear forward with incredible force. The weapon slams into the advanced memory metal target, which displays a reading of 321 calories. Su Jingming is astonished. His base strength has nearly doubled, far surpassing the 100-calorie limit of a normal awakener. Now, he decides to test the purple sky divine thunder. His eyes glow blue as arcs of lightning crackle around him. He leaps forward and strikes the target, unleashing a massive explosion of energy. The new reading is an incredible 3,021 calories. Su Jingming is thrilled. He has not even reached the first level, yet he can already unleash power comparable to a mid-level superpower user. He knows this is not even his limit. His true killer move is combining his strength, superpower, and combat skills into a single devastating attack. He channels all his energy into his spear, using the lightning gale break. The weapon becomes engulfed in furious purple lightning. With a fierce cry, he unleashes the attack. The spear connects, and a massive explosion of purple energy engulfs the entire room. The shockwave rips through the building. In the main hall, students wonder if it was an earthquake. On the training floor, Tang Chi and her friends are thrown off balance. They recognize the energy fluctuation as being on the level of a true superpower user. Since all the known high school powerhouses train at the other hall, they wonder if a new one has appeared. Tang Chi insists they go check it out. They follow the energy and turn a corner, running right into Su Jingming. He calmly tells them he is heading home to prepare. After he leaves, the group approaches the training room he just exited. They peek inside and are met with a scene of absolute devastation. The advanced target is gone, completely destroyed, and the reinforced wall behind it is nothing but a massive crater. Tang Chi and her friends can only stare in pure, utter shock, unable to comprehend the destructive power they just witnessed. Staring at the absolute destruction, Xiaoya exclaims that even the advanced memory alloy was blasted apart, wondering how powerful the attack could have been. She questions if a high school student that strong really exists in their city of Jiangqing. Her friends immediately dismiss the idea. One of them touches the crater's edge, stating that the incredibly violent residual energy feels like it belongs to a Tier 2 superpower user, not a student. Another agrees, arguing that not even the prodigies from the provincial capital could cause such damage, let alone someone from Jiangqing. Xiaoya suggests a different theory. She points out that the only person they saw nearby was Su Jingming and excitedly proposes he might be a hidden genius concealing his power for the exam. Her friends laugh at the idea, asking if she has been reading too many web novels. One of them scoffs, reminding her that Su Jingming is only an E-rank user who would be lucky to have an attack strength of 300. He offers a simpler explanation. The powerful person just left through the other corridor. He then asks Tang Chi what she thinks. Tang Chi quietly replies, maybe. She steps forward to inspect the shattered wall. She notices the impact marks look like they were made by a spear. The image of her cousin and his weapon flashes in her mind. A deep suspicion forms as she silently wonders if Su Jingming taking the power exam is really him just overestimating himself. The next day, the day of the power exam arrives. Throngs of armed students pour out of buses at a massive, fortified test site. Among them, Su Jingming walks with calm confidence, his spear slung over his shoulder. Students gather by a tall fence, nervously eyeing a unicorn rhino inside the grounds. They complain that this year's test is way harder than past exams. An arrogant voice cuts through their chatter. Zhou Mingyang, a student with a large sword, scoffs at their cowardice. He declares that if they cannot even handle this level of beast, they will be useless nobodies even if they get into a university. Nearby, Su Jingming's close friend, Lu Jie, asks who the arrogant guy is. He learns it is Zhou Mingyang from number 1 high, a famed B-rank prodigy with the agile gale power who has already advanced to Tier 1. Su Jingming eyes the contender with a competitive smirk, silently wondering who is stronger. Suddenly, the chief commander of the exam, Wang Haiyang, calls for attention. He announces that the test will run for 12 hours inside the ruined town behind him. He explains the area is divided into outer, middle, inner, and core zones, with points awarded for killing beasts based on their level. The commander's face turns grim as he warns them that the core area is a bonus zone meant only for the top students. He urges everyone to know their limits and not risk their lives just for points. Listening to the commander, Su Jingming reflects on his own power. Until yesterday, he would have only dared to wander in the outer zone. Now, his ambition burns. He is aiming for the inner zone, and perhaps even the core. An announcement calls the students to receive their exam supplies. A teacher distributes the kits. Each student gets a smartwatch to track their score, a tactical backpack with supplies, and a safety sphere that creates an electric barrier as a last resort. The teacher reminds Su Jingming that using the sphere ends the exam, but his life matters more than anything. Just then, a female classmate with short hair runs up to Su Jingming. She kindly offers him a spot on her team. Her teammate, the class rep who recently awakened a C-rank ability, says he will watch Su Jingming's back. However, another student on their team objects loudly. He complains that taking on dead weight like an E-ranker will just drag down their score. Another teammate angrily agrees, accusing the class rep of backing out of their original plan. The objecting student makes it clear he is not dragging dead weight. The insult infuriates Lu Jie, but Su Jingming calmly holds him back. He politely declines the offer, stating he appreciates the kindness but will go solo. The class rep asks if he is serious, and Su Jingming confirms, telling them to form their own team. The student who complains smirks, telling Su Jingming he is at least being sensible. He then suggests his group should team up with Huang Tian instead, letting out a mocking laugh as he walks away. Su Jingming just smirks back, confident he can score high all by himself. An announcement declares the official start of the Jiangcheng Power Exam. A fleet of drones launches to livestream the event. The massive gates swing open, and a flood of students charges into the ruined city, shouting their ambitions. Among them, Zhou Mingyang uses his agile gale power to leap far ahead of the pack. In contrast, Su Jingming starts with a steady run. His smartwatch activates, confirming his identity and displaying the live rankings. Zhou Mingyang is already in first place. Su Jingming sees the top student is already racking up kills and smirks, his competitive spirit ignited. He decides on his strategy. While others fight in the outer zone, he will head straight for the high-risk, high-reward core area. As he moves deeper into the ruins, he stops cold. Ahead lies the lifeless body of another candidate in a pool of blood. The student's unused safety sphere lies beside him, a clear sign of how fast the attack was. The grim reality of the exam hits Su Jingming hard. He realizes the student never had a chance to activate their only defense. He thinks that without his new S-rank power, he could have easily met the same fate. Stealing his resolve, he kneels and uses the fallen student's smartwatch to call the logistics team for recovery, reflecting that opportunity always comes with risk. Suddenly he hears a noise. From the shadows of a building, a ferocious shadow cat with glowing purple eyes emerges. Su Jingming instantly understands the horrifying truth. The beast deliberately left the body there as bait. It's a trap. The shadow cat lunges, but Su Jingming remains perfectly calm. The beast moves with incredible speed, a blur of shadow and claws aimed right at him. Yet, Su Jingming is even faster. He sidesteps the attack with a fluid, almost casual motion. The cat lands gracefully, its glowing purple eyes fixated on its prey. Its reputation as a newbie killer is well-deserved, with its agile body, razor-sharp claws, and a bite force that can crush bone. It lets out a ferocious roar, attempting to paralyze Su Jingming with fear. As he faces the creature, Su Jingming thinks about what makes these beasts truly dangerous. He knows they possess a special, ferocious aura designed to intimidate their victims. He has heard that most new awakeners freeze when they first encounter it, unable to exert even a fraction of their true strength. They simply wait to be killed. He knows that wealthy families hire bodyguards to give their children early exposure to this aura in the wilderness, a luxury he never had. This is his first true battle against a fierce beast. The shadow cat lunges again, its maw wide open, but Su Jingming stands his ground. He realizes the beast's intimidating aura has no effect on him whatsoever. Arcs of purple lightning crackle to life along his spear. In a single, swift motion, he channels his power and thrusts the spear forward. The lightning-infused tip pierces directly through the shadow cat's head, killing it instantly. A notification pops up on his smartwatch. Killed one unranked fierce beast, a shadow cat. Ability points +3. Su Jingming is unimpressed. The reward is too small. He now understands that since the beast's aura cannot affect him, wasting time in the outer area is pointless. He resolves to push deeper into the central area as quickly as possible. He begins his advance, cutting a bloody path through the unranked beasts that stand in his way. Shadow cats and iron-furred pigs fall effortlessly before him, granting him a steady trickle of ability points. But Su Jingming identifies a flaw in this method. His S-rank power is so overwhelming that it kills these low-level beasts instantly. This gives him plenty of points, but zero actual combat experience. He also considers the massive energy drain. He knows that the higher the ability rank, the more power it consumes. His old E-rank ability could last for hours, but he cannot maintain his S-rank power at full strength for even a single hour. With the exam lasting a full 12 hours, he cannot afford to waste his energy so early. He decides on a new strategy. He will kill beasts using only his spear technique, conserving his power and gaining priceless combat experience. Just as he makes this decision, a new threat appears, a massive, bipedal unicorn rhinoceros. The beast roars and charges, but instead of using his lightning, Su Jingming faces it with pure skill. With incredible agility, he flips himself into the air, positions himself directly above the creature, and dives down, plunging his spear deep into its skull in a single, precise strike. The massive beast collapses. Su Jingming is surprised by his own speed, noting that even a powerful beast like the rhinoceros was not a significant challenge. He wonders if his spear technique has leveled up without him realizing it. He summons his system panel, which confirms his suspicion. His spear technique has broken through to the intermediate stage. He concludes that relying on his spear skills in actual combat provides the biggest boost to his strength. Wondering what would happen if he improved it even further, he spends his accumulated points to upgrade the skill again. The effect is instantaneous. A flood of advanced spear techniques floods his mind. With a surge of new confidence, he grips his spear and stands tall amidst the carnage. He declares that he cannot wait to find a first-rank fierce beast to test his new skills on. At the same time, in another part of the exam area, Lin Qing and her team are moving cautiously. Suddenly she stops, thinking she saw Su Jingming in the distance. Her teammates scoff at the idea, saying it would be suicide for an E-ranker to be this deep in the zone. Just then, another teammate calls them over. They rush to find the massive, freshly killed corpse of the unicorn rhinoceros. They examine the fatal injury, a clean, penetrating spear wound to the head made only minutes ago. The evidence is undeniable. To settle it once and for all, a teammate suggests they check the score rankings. Lin Qing activates the leaderboard, and her eyes go wide in shock. There, in 46th place with 256 points, is Su Jingming. Her teammates are struck completely silent, their faces a mask of pure disbelief. Meanwhile, in the VIP viewing area, officials praise the top students, particularly Zhou Mingyang, who is dominating the rankings. The director of the Education Bureau, Zhang Wenshan, turns to the principal of the second high school, Zhao Yao, and condescendingly tells him his school needs to work harder. Principal Zhao Yao is inwardly fuming as he scans the rankings. He pauses, utterly confused by Su Jingming's name in the top 50. He turns to the equally shocked teacher, Chen Fan, and neither can comprehend what they are seeing. They have no camera footage, leaving them completely in the dark as to how their weakest student is achieving the impossible. Back on the battlefield, Su Jingming has entered the central area, a zone with a high danger level. He knows the beasts here are fewer, but they are smarter and far more dangerous. Suddenly, a powerful, striped beast bursts from a pile of rubble. A first-rank fierce beast, an arm-blade tiger. Su Jingming stands his ground, unfazed. He remarks on his good luck. With a confident and eager expression, he readies his spear, declaring that this powerful opponent is the perfect test for his newly upgraded technique. The arm-blade tiger roars and lunges, its bladed claws ready to shred its target. Su Jingming remains calm, holding his spear defensively. With a graceful spin, he expertly deflects the tiger's initial pounce. The beast recoils, momentarily stunned by his skill. Su Jingming, completely unimpressed, mockingly asks if this is all the power a first-tier beast has, musing that it would take a Tiger King to make him use more effort. Enraged, the tiger rises up on its hind legs, towering over him, and lets out a deafening roar as it prepares to unleash its full power. It brings its massive bladed paws down in a devastating swipe, but Su Jingming, with incredible reflexes, swings around a nearby lamppost, dodging the attack and setting himself up for a powerful counter. He acknowledges the beast's tenacity, seeing it still wants to fight despite its injuries. Deciding to end it, he declares any further struggle is futile. He channels his spear technique, Lightning Gale Break. A vortex of blue energy swirls around his weapon as he unleashes a devastating spinning attack. The technique tears through the tiger's body, and the beast collapses with a final, agonized cry. A notification confirms the kill, a first-tier armored tiger, awarding him 14 ability points. Su Jingming notes with satisfaction that the points from a first-tier beast are almost double what he gets from an unranked one. He realizes the exam hall is not a place of danger for him, but a treasure ground for leveling up. He vows to harvest as many ability points as possible. Back in the audience stands, officials and teachers watch the live rankings. The leaderboard shows Su Jingming now tied for 32nd place with 328 points. Teacher Chen Fan is swarmed by his colleagues, who praise his teaching methods for getting a student into the top 50. A flustered Chen Fan humbly insists it is all due to the student's own efforts. Their conversation is cut short when someone points at the screen. Su Jingming's ranking has skyrocketed again, jumping to 25th place after gaining 44 points at once. The officials are stunned. Director Zhang Wenshan quickly calculates that in just 4 seconds, Su Jingming must have killed either 5 peak unranked beasts or 3 low-grade first-tier beasts. A pleased smile spreads across his face as he remarks that this kind of performance has not been seen in years. He asks Principal Zhao about this promising student, but the principal is just as clueless. He summons a nervous teacher Chen Fan, who stammers out the unbelievable truth. Su Jingming awakened an E-grade ability, weak electricity. Director Zhang Wenshan's curiosity is piqued. He deduces that for an E-grade student to get this far, he must have other outstanding qualities. He confidently predicts that Su Jingming will soon break into the top 10, at which point a dedicated camera feed will reveal his secrets. Just as he says this, the leaderboard updates. Su Jingming has just broken into the top 10, now ranked 9th. In another part of the exam hall, Tang Qi sits atop a defeated beast, a knowing smile on her face. She now knows her cousin was the one who caused the destruction at the martial arts hall. The top-ranked student, Zhou Mingyang, also notices the new name, surprised that a new face has appeared in the top 10. Now in the top 10, a camera drone is dispatched to follow Su Jingming. The feed shows him effortlessly killing another first-tier beast. He notices the drone and realizes he has made it. He understands the exam is a test of strength and potential, and decides he has no reason to hide his power any longer. He declares that breaking into the top 10 is just the beginning. Before tackling the core area, he checks his system panel. He has 312 ability points, and his spear technique is now at the advanced level. He deduces he cannot advance from awakened to a true ability user without a specific cultivation method. So, he decides to improve his basic attributes, boosting his physique and spirit. Feeling a surge of new power, he finally heads to the core area. He arrives to a brutal scene, a pack of 9 armored tigers devouring a large carcass. He quickly identifies their leader, the armored Tiger King. Far from intimidated, he sees a great harvest of points. Just as he prepares to move, he senses another presence and calls out. Zhou Mingyang emerges, impressed by Su Jingming's sharp perception. Zhou Mingyang explains he is familiar with every strong candidate capable of entering the core area and had deduced the rising dark horse must be him. Zhou Mingyang reveals he has been watching the tiger pack, and his intentions become clear. Su Jingming immediately becomes wary, asking if he plans to steal his monster. Zhou Mingyang clarifies that the armored Tiger King is too powerful for any single person to handle alone, especially with its pack. He proposes they cooperate. Su Jingming flatly rejects the offer. With a look of absolute confidence, he declares, "I'm enough by myself." Dismissing Zhou Mingyang's offer, Su Jingming confidently steps out to confront the pack of armored tigers. Their growls echo through the street, but Su Jingming is unfazed. He notes their simple battle formation, a sign of their intelligence. Zhou Mingyang watches from a safe distance, curious to see if this incredible confidence is backed by skill or just foolish arrogance. One of the tigers charges. In response, Su Jingming spins his spear with blinding speed, creating a circle of pure force. He unleashes a devastatingly wide sweep, a massive arc of power that tears through the air. The attack connects with overwhelming force, cutting through several tigers at once. System notifications instantly confirm his kills. The first wave of the pack is annihilated in a single, brutal strike. Su Jingming looks at the carnage with a hint of dissatisfaction, remarking that his physical strength is still lacking, as he could not kill them all in one blow. The armored Tiger King, enraged, unleashes a deafening roar. The sonic blast shatters the windows of nearby buildings, and even Zhou Mingyang is momentarily stunned. But Su Jingming stands firm, completely unaffected. He declares that while the beast might scare others, it cannot scare him. The remaining tigers lunge, but Su Jingming meets them with deadly grace. He parries and dodges, using one beast as a springboard to launch himself into the air. He positions himself above the charging Tiger King and brings his spear down with a powerful overhead swing, cleaving through the beast's skull and killing it instantly. A notification awards him a massive 20 ability points. Zhou Mingyang is left utterly dumbfounded. He cannot believe what he just witnessed, muttering about what kind of monster Su Jingming truly is. Su Jingming, on the other hand, is ecstatic. He marvels at the huge harvest of points and decides to find the next group of beasts. Zhou Mingyang runs out, demanding to know how Su Jingming managed such a feat. He asks if his ability is a reinforcement type. Su Jingming simply leaps away, calling back that he is a lightning type. Zhou Mingyang is left fuming, not believing the answer. He quickly checks the leaderboard and sees that Su Jingming has not just caught up, but completely surpassed him, now in first place with 1122 points. He screams in frustration. Back in the audience stands, the officials are erupting with excitement. Director Zhang Wenshan declares that Su Jingming is a genuine genius and announces his school will receive a commendation. Principal Zhao Yao is overcome with tearful delight, thinking his school is finally getting its day to shine. 3 hours later, Zhou Mingyang wanders through an eerily quiet core zone. He wonders where all the fierce beasts have gone. A voice tells him to ask the number 1 ranked student. He turns to see his cousin, Tang Qi, along with other top-ranked students. Tang Qi explains that Su Jingming has already killed all the beasts in the zone, forcing them to team up just to stay warm. To prove her point, she shows him the leaderboard. Su Jingming's score is now an astronomical 3,435 points, more than triple Zhou Mingyang's. Tang Qi explains that he must have single-handedly killed almost 200 fierce beasts in the core zone alone. The top students reveal their plan to team up and brave the innermost core zone, a place rumored to hold a second-order beast king. Knowing it is a death wish to go alone, Zhou Mingyang agrees to join them. The scene shifts to a quiet moonlit rooftop where Su Jingming sits alone atop a massive pile of slain beasts. His supplies are gone, and he knows the exam is nearing its end, but his hunt is not over. He resolves to strengthen himself one last time before tackling the innermost zone. He has accumulated a staggering 2,413 ability points, and with a mischievous grin, he decides to use them for an upgrade. After a final power-up, he feels confident he can handle the exam's finale. As the other top students sprint toward the final area, a terrifying new beast emerges, a massive, white-furred wolf-like creature with glowing red eyes and dangerous red crystals on its back. Su Jingming arrives on the scene, calm and ready, his spear in hand. He wonders what kind of second-order fierce beast the exam has in store for him this year. As Su Jingming arrives for the final challenge, the team of top-ranked students also reaches the innermost core zone. They immediately identify the massive, crystal-backed creature as a bloodthirsty savage bear, a rare and ferocious beast. The team watches in dread as it smashes a car with a single paw swipe. Zhou Mingyang exclaims that they are in big trouble. Meng Di explains the beast's hide is as tough as E-grade alloy, impenetrable even by missiles, and a single strike from its paw could kill them all. Seeing the overwhelming odds, Tang Qi suggests they abandon the mission. The compound is guarded not just by the Beast King, but also by a large horde of high-rank first-level beasts. They realize that entering means certain death. One team member immediately quits, and the team's morale shatters. Suddenly, Meng Di points towards the compound, and they see a lone figure walking into the heart of the beast horde, Su Jingming. As he leaps into the compound, the horde is startled, and the enraged beasts charge at him. In an instant he is completely engulfed. Watching from the rooftop, the others are horrified. Tang Qi declares she has to help him, but the others hold her back, calling it a pointless death. Tang Qi desperately insists he is her cousin and she cannot just watch him die. Before she can act, a massive explosion of purple and blue lightning erupts from the center of the horde. The blinding flash dissipates, revealing a scene of utter carnage. The entire horde of first-level beasts has been wiped out, their charred bodies scattered around a lone, unharmed Su Jingming. Lightning crackles around him as he acknowledges that his physical strength alone was not enough. He had to use his superpower. With the lesser threats cleared, he turns to the final challenge, the bloodthirsty savage bear. The massive beast roars, but Su Jingming calmly analyzes his opponent. He notes the bear is massive and not very agile, concluding it should be manageable with his thunder ability. He then notices the bear is not alone, several smaller but still dangerous minions remain. Declaring he will clear the area first, he bursts into motion, his body enhanced by his S-grade lightning. He blitzes through the remaining beasts with blinding speed, effortlessly dispatching a high-rank shadow cat and a unicorn rhino, earning 13 and 15 points respectively. He marvels at the enhancement his superpower provides but knows he cannot maintain the dangerous state for long. With the area cleared, the final confrontation begins. The savage bear roars in fury, shattering the pavement with its massive paws. It charges, but Su Jingming, wreathed in his lightning aura, meets the charge head-on. He dodges and strikes, shattering the large red crystals on the beast's back. The battle rages on in a blur of motion, with Su Jingming expertly dodging attacks and landing precise strikes. The savage bear roars, enraged as its minions fall. Su Jingming taunts the beast, asking if it is getting angry as its minions are killed one by one, promising to deal with it after the last one is gone. As he charges the final minion, the Bear King moves with unexpected speed, sacrificing its own minion to intercept him. It claps its paws together, creating a devastating shockwave that obliterates the surrounding area. However, the attack fails to harm its target. Su Jingming gracefully flips through the air, landing untouched. With the battlefield cleared, only the two kings remain. Su Jingming grins fiercely, his body crackling with power. He declares that with no minions left to interfere, it is time to see if the beast's armor-like fur can withstand the force of his thunder. With a powerful thrust, Su Jingming plunges his lightning-covered spear into the bloodthirsty savage bear's head. The impact creates a massive explosion of purple energy that blacks out the camera feed. In the audience stands, the officials stare in stunned silence. Director Zhang Wenshan turns to Principal Zhao Yao and yells, "You call this an E-class ability? Are you kidding me?" He points out that Su Jingming just instantly killed a high-tier rank 1 beast and can now fight a rank 2 boss, a feat even an A-class user would struggle with. Principal Zhao Yao, at a loss, can only suggest a rare ability mutation. Regardless, the director declares that after today, the entire Great Xian nation will be shaken by Su Jingming's name. Back on the battlefield, the attack was not as effective as it seemed. The bloodthirsty savage bear is wounded, but it is a mere superficial wound. The enraged beast swats Su Jingming with its paw, sending him flying. Su Jingming is shocked. He realizes the bear's tough bristles are impervious to blades and do not conduct electricity. He admits that with his current strength, it is difficult to one-shot the beast. The savage bear, enraged, activates its berserk skill. Dark energy swirls around it as it rolls forward like a monstrous boulder. Su Jingming knows that while the beast's physical strength is now significantly enhanced, it has also lost its intelligence, becoming a killing machine that acts purely on instinct. He decides his best approach is to use his agility to keep it at bay, dodging its relentless attacks while waiting for an opportunity to strike. He finds his opening and unleashes a blast of energy that momentarily paralyzes the massive creature. This is the chance he needed. Su Jingming raises his hand, gathering an immense amount of purple and blue energy. He calls upon the full power of his S-rank ability, shouting, "Nine Heavens Divine Lightning, blast it!" A massive torrent of divine lightning crashes down from the sky, engulfing the savage bear. The beast lies motionless, its body charred and smoking. Su Jingming confidently remarks that not even the thickest defense can withstand half a minute of his divine lightning. However, the battle is not over. The bear's eyes snap open, glowing with a furious red light. With a final, desperate roar, it lunges, its jaws open for a final bite. But the residual electricity surging through its body causes a temporary paralysis, freezing it just inches from its target. "It's time," Su Jingming says calmly. He channels all his remaining power into his spear and unleashes his ultimate technique. A massive sphere of lightning slams into the paralyzed beast's open mouth, tearing it apart from the inside and finally bringing the mighty second-order beast down for good. A notification awards him an incredible 124 ability points. Kneeling beside the fallen beast, Su Jingming breathes a sigh of relief. He reflects on the exhilarating battle and the power of his upgraded technique. He wonders how many points he will have after clearing out the entire core area. As night falls, the exam ends, and the final results are displayed on the main screen. The crowd erupts. In first place is Su Jingming with an unbelievable score of 10,835 points. In a distant second is Zhou Mingyang with 1,103 points. The officials and his school staff leap to their feet, cheering wildly. They celebrate that Su Jingming has not only shattered their city's record but the entire Jiangnan province's record. They declare he is a genius among geniuses, having practically pre-booked this year's provincial champion title. Standing amidst the destruction, Su Jingming notes there is not much time left in the exam. He reflects on his accomplishments, having cleared out the inner circle and core area. He decides to head back to the central area to kill as many remaining beasts as possible, thinking that every little bit counts. As he passes the rooftop where the other top students are gathered, they stare in disbelief. Tang Qi is amazed he actually killed a Tier 2 Beast King. Zhou Mingyang is bewildered, wondering why he is going back when he is already in first place by a landslide. Meng Di correctly guesses his intention, to clear out all the remaining beasts. The horrifying realization dawns on the group. Zhou Mingyang knows that with Su Jingming's speed, he might actually succeed, leaving them with no points to gain in the final hour. He declares their team-up is over and dashes off. The others quickly follow, scrambling to hunt down any remaining beasts before Su Jingming gets to them. 1 hour later, an announcement echoes across the exam venue. The martial arts college entrance examination has concluded. A tired Tang Qi sighs in relief, while another student despairs over being one beast away from passing. Amidst the carnage, Su Jingming stands over his final kill, a look of dissatisfaction on his face. He feels he was not quite finished yet. As students exit the venue, Tang Qi's friend, Xiaoya, still reeling from the day's events, asks Tang Qi for the third time if Su Jingming is really her cousin. With a blush, she begs for his contact information. Tangji reminds her that she was not interested yesterday, but Xiaoya insists things are different now. Their conversation is interrupted by a commotion. The crowd swarms the exit as Su Jingming emerges, the new champion. He is met with cheers and congratulations as he walks towards the buses. Before he can board, he is stopped by his principal, who introduces him to the director of the Education Bureau. The director offers Su Jingming a ride himself. Realizing it is the best way to avoid a chaotic bus ride, Su Jingming accepts and gets into a sleek black car with the officials. Inside, the director asks which university he wants to attend. Su Jingming admits he has not thought about it, but the director assures him that with his results, any university is within his reach. He recommends the top 3, Qingjing University, which is affiliated with the government, Modi University, known for its excellent resources, and Jinsheng University, which has a long and storied history. All 3 possess top-tier superpower cultivation methods that are not publicly shared. The director explains that with a beginner-level method, it would take an awakener 3 to 4 years to advance. With a top-tier method, it takes only half a year. He reassures Su Jingming that with his results, he will qualify for special admission to any of them. The next day, Su Jingming checks his system panel in the shower. He has 2,534 ability points left, enough for any superpower university. Just then his cousin Tang Qi and her mother, Su Qingwan, arrive at his apartment. Noticing the broken door, they decide to surprise him. Their timing is terrible. As they burst in shouting, "Surprise!" they find Su Jingming wearing only a towel. His aunt is flustered, and Tang Qi is left blushing and speechless. His aunt then sees the ruined apartment and demands to know what happened. Later, sitting together, his aunt expresses her relief. She admits she was incredibly worried about him taking the exam, but seeing him unharmed is all that matters. She reassures him his score is not important. Su Jingming is confused and asks if Tang Qi did not tell her the results. Tangji winks, saying it is better if he tells her himself. With a smile, Su Jingming tells his aunt he scored over 10,000 points. The news is so shocking his aunt spits out her drink. Tangji confirms he scored 11,124 points. His aunt bursts into tears of joy and pulls him into a tight hug, exclaiming that the Su family finally has a successor and his parents must be so proud. Meanwhile, in a high-tech conference room, university recruiters are reviewing the exam results. One recruiter insists they must recruit Su Jingming if the score is real, while another is skeptical, pointing out that his official rank is just Awakener. The debate rages, with some speculating his ability is at least A-class or even S-class, while others suggest he cheated. Before the argument escalates, a senior figure tells them to stop. A woman with a commanding presence makes a decision. She instructs the team to list Su Jingming as an S-class special recruit for now. As for whether the score is genuine, she declares she will personally go to Jiangqing to investigate. The day after the exam, Su Jingming receives a notification on his phone. The Jiangnan Province Martial Arts exam rankings are out. He has placed first with an astonishing score of 11,124 points. A look of delighted surprise spreads across his face as he celebrates becoming the top scholar of Jiangnan province. News of his success explodes online. He becomes a hot search topic as the public debates how an unknown from Jiangxing became the provincial top scholar. Skeptics question how an E-class individual could achieve such a score, while others demand to see his exam video for proof. In response, an awards ceremony is held where Principal Zhao Yao addresses the media. A reporter asks him to verify the authenticity of the results. The principal confidently announces that the school has uploaded Su Jingming's entire exam video to their official website. As people watch the footage, they are amazed. They see him pierce a Tier 1 rhinoceros's skull with a single shot, a feat of power greater than a Tier 1 superhuman. They question how this is possible for someone with a supposed E-class lightning ability. Principal Zhao Yao beams, praising Su Jingming as the first top scholar from their city. He presents Su Jingming with a massive check for 1 million yuan, a cash reward from the city's education bureau, and announces that the city government will also gift him an equivalent bonus and a luxury villa. Meanwhile, a commanding woman with 2 bodyguards observes from a distance. She remarks that even with the footage, there is no guarantee Su Jingming did not use performance-enhancing drugs. The most crucial step, she declares, is to confirm his true superpower level. Back at the ceremony, Su Jingming has still not arrived. Teacher Chen Fan explains that the new top scholar is still training at the martial arts gym. With Su Jingming on his way, the scene shifts to a tense meeting room. Principal Zhao Yao nervously serves tea to 3 intimidating figures, recruiters from the nation's top superpower universities. The air crackles with their immense spiritual pressure. The woman with short grayish-purple hair, Zhang Zhaoyue, the director of admissions for Modu Superpower University, breaks the silence, coyly asking her rivals who they are targeting this time. Su Yun from Qingjing Superpower University confidently declares that as long as Su Jingming's results are real, her university will have him. Wu Yuan from Jin City Superpower University scoffs, stating that his university will recruit him. Just as their rivalry peaks, the door slides open, and Su Jingming enters, spear over his shoulder. He calmly greets the 3 powerful figures. They are all impressed that he did not falter under their combined pressure. Director Zhang Zhaoyue gets straight to the point. She compliments his combat skills but asks him to explain why his superpower no longer seems to be the E-class weak electricity. Expecting this question, Su Jingming calmly explains that he was struck by natural lightning while training, and his superpower mutated, becoming much stronger. The recruiters immediately conclude it must be a superpower mutation. Zhang Zhaoyue produces a glowing, circular superpower detection instrument and invites him to test his new power. Su Jingming places his hand on the device and unleashes a violent surge of purple and white lightning. Su Yun is visibly shocked by the sheer force. The device identifies the superpower as Purple Cloud Divine Thunder, but as it attempts to assign a rating, it beeps erratically and cracks appear. In a flash of golden light, the instrument overloads and explodes. The recruiters are thrilled. They confirm that his power overloading the device means his ability level must be S-class at the very least. With his potential confirmed, a fierce bidding war erupts. Wu Yuan offers a 4 million admission bonus, a full set of C-class equipment, and free access to all training methods. Su Yun scoffs and counters with a 6 million bonus and free access to all their S-class training methods and combat techniques. Finally, Zhang Zhaoyue from Modu makes her move. She states Modu does not offer cash or equipment but will match their offers on cultivation methods. Then, she reveals her trump card. They will also provide an S-class cultivation resource annually. The other recruiters are stunned. Su Jingming, unfamiliar with the term, asks what it is. Zhang Zhaoyue explains it includes the heart blood of an 8th-tier adult dragon-type fierce beast, a creature born at Tier 4 or 5. Consuming the blood would grant him physical strength comparable to a dragon. She emphasizes that every S-class resource is on that level. The other recruiters know they cannot compete. With all offers on the table, the 3 recruiters look to Su Jingming, telling him it is time to make his decision. With a confident smile, he gives his answer without hesitation. I choose Modu Superpower University. With his choice made, Su Jingming explains he chose Modu Superpower University not just for their offer, but because its combat training is the best in the nation. He then bows to the other recruiters, thanking them for their consideration. Pleased with his decision, Director Zhang Zhaoyue creates a glowing admission letter and welcomes him to the university. She explains that as a special recruit, he can register early and will be provided with accommodation. Eager to begin, he asks if he can access the library in advance, and she agrees without hesitation. Sometime later, Su Jingming stands at a train station, his luggage in hand. At the station, his aunt and uncle see him off, his aunt wiping away tears as her husband comforts her, proudly saying their child has grown up and is going to soar. As Tang Chi looks on, her father suggests she should also choose a university in Magic City so she and her cousin can look out for each other. On the 6-hour train ride, Su Jingming is already studying. He focuses on the Abyssal Sea training method, an intermediate-level technique he received as a reward. He notes that with his powerful spirit, it only took him half a day to memorize. He has already sensed the special energy in the world, and a new option to level up from Awakened to Superpower User has appeared on his system panel. However, he decides not to use it yet. The manual states that the higher the level of the training method used for the breakthrough, the greater the benefits. Knowing he will soon have access to top-tier methods at the university, he resolves not to waste this opportunity on an intermediate one. Upon arriving at Modu, Su Jingming is in awe. The campus is massive, over 100 meters wide at the gate alone. He is greeted by Director Zhang Xiaoyue in a red sports car. As they drive through the stunning campus, she boasts that it covers an area of 40,000 mu, so vast that visitors cannot even tour it all in a single day. After a quick registration, the director hands him his new student ID and takes him to his new dorm, a magnificent, luxurious villa. She explains that every student at Modu lives in a villa, with the luxury determined by their scores. As the provincial top scorer, he gets the best one, an 800-square-meter residence. It is a 2-person dorm, so he and his future roommate will each have an entire floor. Inside the villa, the director explains the university's 2 most important systems, the credit system and the exclusive mentor system. Credits, she explains, are everything at Modu, used for all transactions from meals to rare treasures. 1 credit is worth about 10,000 daxia currency. As an S-class student, he receives 100 credits for the year. To demonstrate, she summons a small spherical AI named Eva, which confirms his credit balance. She explains that every dorm is equipped with an Eva unit, a level 4 AI capable of assisting with daily life. Su Jingming is stunned, realizing the AI technology on Blue Star is far more advanced than in his previous life. Next, she explains the mentor system. Every student can choose a high-level superpower user as a mentor, provided the mentor agrees. These mentors possess original combat techniques that are not passed on to outsiders and can only be learned by becoming their official disciple. Her top recommendation for Su Jingming is Yang Zhentian, the dean of the Weaponry Academy and a Tier 7, high-rank superpower user with the A-rank lightning superpower, Wind Fire True Thunder. The dean is a master of the spear, and once fought an 8th-tier demonic whale for 3 days and 3 nights, ultimately killing it alone. With his decision made, Su Jingming heads to the dean's residence, a grand compound of traditional buildings. At the gate, he meets another student, Tan Mingyang, a junior from the Weaponry Academy who is also there to seek mentorship. Tan is surprised to see an awakened-level special recruit. He explains that most freshmen only learn about seeking mentorship after the freshman competition, a tradition where students showcase their skills to attract mentors. He warns Su Jingming that trying to become the dean's disciple right after enrolling is nearly impossible, revealing he himself has been turned away several times over the past 6 months. Just then, the doors open, and a butler greets them, informing them that Teacher Yang is already waiting inside. Tan is taken aback by the warm reception, wondering if this time will be different. The butler leads them into a room where they meet the dean, Yang Zhentian, a man with a powerful and commanding presence. Ignoring Tan completely, the dean addresses Su Jingming directly, saying Director Zhang told him to expect him, and tells him to follow him to the training room, leaving Tan speechless and ignored once again. In a traditional training room, Dean Yang Zhentian tells Su Jingming he has seen his exam video and praises his combat skills and advanced marksmanship. However, before accepting him, he wants to see the S-rank ability, the Purple Heaven Divine Thunder, with his own eyes. Su Jingming agrees and unleashes a massive, violent burst of purple and white energy that fills the room. The dean is visibly impressed. He recognizes the S-rank ability and acknowledges the immense gap between it and his own A-rank power. Seeing the student's potential, he believes Su Jingming's future achievements could rival his own. He agrees to take him as a disciple but offers a stern warning. He has many enemies, and becoming his disciple means facing potential danger. Without hesitation, Su Jingming drops to his knees, declaring his willingness to accept the risks. He says he admires high-level users who grew strong through bloody struggles, and his teacher's enemies are a testament to his power. Pleased, the dean laughs heartily and accepts him as his 32nd and first ever S-rank disciple. He presents Su Jingming with two of his own creations, a top-tier ability training method called Extreme Ability Training Method, and an S-rank body tempering combat technique called Thunder Indestructible Body. Su Jingming is stunned. The dean explains that the body tempering technique is his life's work, an S-rank combat technique certified by 2 major martial arts halls. Su Jingming is left speechless, realizing the terrifying extent of his new master's talent. The dean provides more details. The technique is only for lightning element users, has 13 levels, and requires the user to first become a true ability user. He instructs Su Jingming to use the training method to achieve his breakthrough and then return. The dean shares his personal motivation, revealing he has only cultivated the technique to the 10th level and hopes Su Jingming can prove its ultimate potential, a body that is eternal and indestructible. As Su Jingming leaves, he finds a dejected Tan Mingyang on the steps. Tan's attempt to become a disciple had failed. He was unable to defeat a senior disciple who was using only 1/10 of his power. Assuming Su Jingming also failed, he offers to share his experience, but Su Jingming calmly informs him that he has already passed. Tan is left in utter disbelief, as he has never heard of a dean accepting a disciple before the freshman competition. Back in his dorm, Su Jingming decides to use his system to advance directly. He uses his ability points, and an intense surge of energy erupts from his body, shaking the room. He successfully breaks through, becoming a first-tier, lower-rank ability user. He marvels at his newfound power, feeling his strength has quadrupled. A check of his stats confirms that using the top-tier method increased his vitality and spirit by almost 100 points, a massive leap compared to what the intermediate method would have offered. The next day, he returns to his master's residence. The dean is astonished. He paces, remarking that in his 20 years of teaching, he has never seen a genius advance so quickly. It has been less than 24 hours. Su Jingming admits that his advancement speed is perhaps the only thing he can be proud of. Now that he has advanced, the dean declares it is time to forge the foundation for the Thunder Indestructible Body, a process that involves tempering the muscles and bones with the blood of a lightning element beast. He reveals his original plan was to use the blood of a 7th-tier storm giant bear. However, knowing Su Jingming was entitled to an S-rank resource every year, he pleaded with the principal and secured an SS-rank resource, the essence blood of an 8th-tier thunder tyrannosaurus. Su Jingming is deeply moved. In the training room, the dean pours the potent, glowing red blood over a shirtless Su Jingming, who groans in pain as the toxic substance makes contact. The dean then unleashes his own A-rank wind fire True Thunder, directing a torrent of violent red lightning into Su Jingming's body to forge the foundation. The process is excruciating, and Su Jingming throws his head back, letting out a raw scream of agony as his body is forcibly tempered by the immense power. 5 days into the tempering process, the senior disciple, Lu Ming, sips tea with the butler, Uncle Fu. Lu remarks on the new junior disciple Su's incredible resilience. He has already lasted for 5 days. Lu reflects with a hint of jealousy that he himself only lasted 2 days during his own tempering, and that was with weaker 7th-tier beast blood. He admits that Su Jingming's performance truly deserves the essence blood of an 8th-tier dragon-type beast. He adds that with an S-rank lightning ability, he is starting to look forward to seeing his new junior's Thunder Indestructible Body. Suddenly, a loud crash echoes from the training room, startling them. Lu rushes upstairs, wondering if his junior's foundation has finally been forged. He cautiously peeks through the door and is met with a terrifying sight. Su Jingming stands shirtless and splattered with blood. His eyes glow red, and a chaotic aura of dark energy and blue lightning surrounds him. He has lost control. Lu freezes, sensing a threatening aura from his junior like that of a top-tier ferocious beast, a feeling that is enough to make one shudder. In his primal state, Su Jingming spots Lu in the doorway and lunges to attack. But before he can strike, the commanding voice of Dean Yang Zhentian roars, "Jingming, wake up!" The dean's shout breaks through the bloodlust. Su Jingming halts his attack, his hand just inches from his senior. Covered in sweat, he dazed, asks his teacher what happened and why he felt an overwhelming urge to destroy things. The dean explains that the Thunder Tyrannosaurus's essence blood likely influenced his mind. The beast is famous for its ferocity, and because Su Jingming's compatibility was so high, he experienced this dangerous side effect. The dean reassures him not to worry. He tells him that as long as he avoids intense emotional fluctuations, he will be fine, and the side effects will gradually disappear as his strength increases. Relief washes over Su Jingming. He looks at his hands, confessing his fear of being controlled by his emotions and doing something he would regret. With the danger past, Dean Yang Zhentian's tone turns to pure delight. He tells a confused Su Jingming to cheer up. He announces the forging was a perfect success, with an incredible absorption rate of 98%. He proudly explains that among all the disciples who have cultivated the thunder indestructible body, the highest rate ever recorded was only 92%. Su Jingming has broken a long-standing record. His senior disciple, Lu Ming, approaches with a congratulatory smile. He tells his new junior that with the foundation successfully forged, his future in martial arts is now smooth sailing. The dean formally introduces Lu Ming as an ability user at the peak of the 3rd tier. He instructs Su Jingming to ask Lu for guidance on his cultivation. Su Jingming greets his senior Lu. Lu pulls out his phone and explains that since he did not prepare anything, he will transfer some credits as a greeting gift. Su Jingming is shocked to receive 200 credits, exclaiming that it is too much, as he realizes it is a direct gift of 200 great xia coins. The dean dismisses his concern, stating that 200 credits is not much to his senior and that it is a senior's duty to take care of his juniors. He tells Su Jingming that one day he too will have to prepare gifts for his own juniors. With the training complete, the dean instructs Su Jingming to go back and rest after 5 days without food or water. He tells him to return the next morning to learn fist and spear techniques with his senior Lu. Su Jingming gratefully thanks his teacher and leaves. Back at his villa, he finds his new roommate, a young man with spiky white hair named Lu Wentao, playing a video game. Lu Wentao introduces himself, and when Su Jingming gives his own name, Lu Wentao's eyes widen. He exclaims that he is the top scorer from Jiangnan province. Lu Wentao proudly declares his nickname is Mr. Know-It-All and begins bombarding Su Jingming with questions about his home province and his abilities. Despite the endless chatter, Su Jingming finds he likes his friendly new roommate. He reflects on his lonely past and thinks that with a roommate like this, he will not be lonely anymore. Lu Wentao proudly introduces himself as a top 20 student from Sichuan province, a first-tier, middle-rank ability user with an A-rank spiritual ability. He declares his grand ambition to command a 1,000,000-strong army and slaughter all the beasts on the planet. He then announces he is heading to the martial arts hall. Su Jingming decides to join him, as he has not been there yet. They arrive at the lively and chaotic Thunder Martial Arts Hall. Eva, the AI, explains it is a public training room that can accommodate 300 people, built with durable C-rank alloy. Su Jingming then asks Eva about the large-numbered pillars. Eva explains they are Punch Power Challenge boards. If they rank in the top 3,000, they get a 50-credit reward. Lu Wentao eagerly accepts, but Eva clarifies that the leaderboard includes all students since the university's founding 100 years ago, not just the current ones. The challenge also forbids the use of abilities or combat techniques. Lu Wentao steps up, drawing the attention of older students who mock the freshmen. He unleashes a powerful punch, hitting 476 kilograms. He is pleased, confident he has made the top 3,000, but his pride shatters when Eva announces his rank is beyond 100,000. The older students erupt in laughter. Su Jingming consoles him, and Lu Wentao encourages him to try, certain he will do better. Su Jingming agrees. As he steps up, the crowd dismisses him, noting he looks even weaker than his roommate. One onlooker, however, thinks the name Su Jingming sounds familiar. Unaware, Su Jingming reflects on his recent power-up and the tempering of his body. He clenches his fist, ready to find out what level his punch power has truly reached. He throws a punch, and the impact creates a powerful shockwave that ripples through the air. The powerful shockwave from Su Jingming's punch stuns the crowd. A digital screen flashes the incredible result, a fist power of 4,589 kilograms. He has not only taken first place on the leaderboard but has also shattered the long-standing record for first-tier ability users. The older students who were mocking him are left in disbelief, with one grimly noting that a punch with that force could turn him into meat paste. Two female students are equally astonished, recognizing that the top 1,000 figures on that leaderboard are legends, which makes the new number 1 truly exceptional. His roommate, Lu Wentao, is ecstatic, grabbing Su Jingming and declaring he will follow him as his brother from now on. Su Jingming modestly tells him not to exaggerate. Inwardly, he is pleased, concluding that the Thunder Tyrannosaurus's essence blood is highly compatible with him, yielding immediate and impressive results. The AI, Eva, formally congratulates him for breaking the record and announces a 400 credit reward has been issued to his account. Su Jingming asks if he can get more credits by breaking the record again, but Eva clarifies it is a one-time reward, though he can challenge the other pillars for new rewards. He glances at the pillars for 2nd to 5th tier users, deciding he will break those records later. Impressed female students swarm a bewildered Su Jingming, inviting him to join their clubs and offering to show him the equipment. Overwhelmed, he is pulled away by Lu Wentao, who suggests they escape to a single training room. Elsewhere, Dean Yang Zhentian is enjoying tea when his senior disciple, Lu Ming, reports that junior brother Su is a hot topic on the campus forum for breaking the fist power record. The dean marvels at his physical strength, while Lu Ming reflects that his own fist power at that level was only just over 3,500 kilograms, admitting his new junior is far more than just a little stronger. In a luxurious apartment, another student erupts in rage. Flames and lightning burst from his hands as he curses Su Jingming's name for coming to Magic Capital. He fumes, thinking about how Su Jingming's success cost him the top scorer title in Jiangnan province and made him a laughingstock. He fiercely vows to take back all the honor that belongs to him. Back in his training room, Su Jingming reflects on his new, Thunder Indestructible Body technique. He marvels that he is full of energy even after 5 grueling days without food or rest. He tests his new durability by dragging a sharp blade across his hand. It fails to break the skin, making a metallic sound. His defense is now comparable to E-grade alloy. He is impressed, thinking it truly deserves its S-grade rating. Just then his roommate, Lu Wentao, bursts in, excitedly telling him that news of his feat has exploded on the campus forum, with countless students wanting to challenge him. A competitive smirk plays on Su Jingming's lips. The martial spirit at this university is indeed strong. The protective Lu Wentao offers to crush these self-overestimating guys online, but Su Jingming calmly tells him to forget it, as he is heading to the battle technique library. He arrives at the massive, modern library, and an advanced security circle confirms the building's protection is controlled by a vice principal who is a spatial superpower user. Inside the grand hall, he is greeted by a trio of librarians. The one in the center welcomes him by name, explaining that as an S-grade student, he has special authority to browse all battle techniques. The librarian's thoughts reveal her motivation, to befriend this student with boundless potential. He tells her he is interested in lightning element techniques, and she personally leads him to a private reading room on the 4th floor. Inside, an AI explains that after he selects techniques online, the original secret manuals will be delivered to him. Su Jingming commands the AI to display all lightning element techniques of B-grade and above. Dozens of holographic screens fill the room. He is in awe as he sees SSS grade and SS grade techniques but realizes their high cultivation requirements mean he can only learn A-grade techniques for now. Using a recommendation list from his master, he selects 4, Thunder Spear, Chain Thunder Gun, Thunder Flash, and Thunder Prison. He believes this combination of ranged, sustained attack, movement, and crowd control techniques will give him a flawless combat style. The AI, Eva, notes that the average learning time for each A-grade technique is 6 months and recommends mixing in lower-level ones. Su Jingming confidently dismisses the advice. Soon after, the librarian returns with the 4 priceless original manuals. As he opens the first, a profound aura emanates from the pages. He settles down to study, and after hours of intense focus, he finishes reading them all. He then calls out to his system, Deep Blue. At points, the system instantly responds. 4 notifications confirm that 800 superpower points have been consumed to learn all 4 techniques to the elementary level. He checks his updated status panel, which shows his new skills are all at the elementary level, and his superpower points have decreased to 1434. Having acquired so many powerful new battle techniques, he looks up with a confident and predatory expression, wondering which lucky person will be the first to taste the power of his new arsenal. In their luxurious villa at night, Lu Wentao informs his roommate about an official notification from Eva. He relays that the freshman assembly is scheduled for the next morning at 9 a.m. on Training Ground 1. He also mentions the creation of a large group chat for all freshmen and insists that Su Jingming should join it. Su Jingming simply replies with an okay. Lu Wentao, brimming with curiosity, then asks his brother Ming what level of combat techniques he decided to pick up. Su Jingming's casual response sends shockwaves through his roommate. He chose just 4 A-rank combat techniques. Lu Wentao is utterly floored. He exclaims that learning even one A-rank technique is a monumental task, and mastering 4 would likely take until their junior year. He realizes with admiration that his brother Ming truly operates on a different level. This sparks a new question in his mind. He deduces that to even browse A-rank techniques, his roommate must have A-rank permission from the university. Su Jingming calmly corrects him, revealing his permission is not A-rank, but the even more prestigious S-rank. The revelation hits Lu Wentao like a bolt of lightning. He leaps to his feet in disbelief, shouting about how the school could possibly have a permission level higher than A-rank. As he questions why Su Jingming has such a high level, the pieces begin to click. He stammers, realizing the online rumors must be false, and asks in sheer astonishment if Su Jingming actually possesses an S-rank superpower. With a sly grin, Su Jingming teases that the university's know-it-all has just discovered a new piece of information. The confirmation leaves Lu Wentao speechless, only able to let out a long, drawn-out "ooh-hoo." He admits that while he suspected his roommate's power level matched his permission, he never imagined it could actually be S-rank, especially since other provincial top scorers only have A-rank abilities. A huge, delighted grin spreads across his face as he decides his early investment in becoming a fan was the right move, solidifying his status as an original supporter for the future. Later, in the privacy of the second-floor training room, Su Jingming decides to address his equipment situation. He knows that having powerful combat techniques is only half the battle. He also needs gear that can keep up. His original F-rank obsidian spear is broken and would be useless against his current strength anyway. He commands Eva to open the school mall and display all available gun-type weapons. Holographic displays fill the room, showcasing an arsenal of spears from F-rank to D-rank, with options for custom length and weight. He understands that better equipment is heavier and far more expensive. After browsing, he selects an E-rank, 210-kilogram long gun, a matching combat suit, and combat boots. A notification confirms his purchase for a total of 237 credits, leaving his balance at 382.6. The delivery is scheduled for the next day. He lets out a small sigh, thinking about how quickly his hard-earned credits vanish. He grips a temporary practice spear, knowing it will have to suffice for now. He decides he will spend the night practicing his 4 formidable new A-rank combat techniques. The next day, a large crowd of freshmen gathers for the assembly. As Su Jingming arrives, a wave of whispers follows him. Students recognize him as the record breaker from the Punch Power Challenge and the top scorer of Jiangnan Province, marveling at both his legendary strength and his unexpectedly handsome appearance. Before he can blend into the crowd, he is confronted by a tall, imposing student. With a finger pointed squarely at him, the student issues a public challenge. Su Jingming, I, Lei Zhou, challenge you. Onlookers immediately recognize the challenger as the second-place scorer from the Jiangnan Province Martial Arts exam, a student from a wealthy and powerful family. They gossip that it is no wonder he is unwilling to accept his defeat, as no one ever remembers who comes in second. Su Jingming, however, remains completely unfazed. He coolly informs his challenger that he is not really interested, a response that leaves his roommate, Lu Wentao, in shock. Lei Zhou just smirks, telling him not to be so quick to refuse. He brings up a personal matter, reminding Su Jingming that his aunt's family runs a business selling rare plants. With a menacing grin, he reveals that his own family is her biggest customer, and she also owes them a significant loan. He delivers a thinly veiled threat, suggesting that his aunt's family might run into some trouble if the payment is not made on time. The atmosphere instantly turns icy. Su Jingming's expression hardens as he asks, "Are you threatening me?" A fierce, beast-like aura erupts from him, so powerful that it physically forces a startled Lei Zhou to take a step back. Sweating under the immense pressure, Lei Zhou quickly backpedals, stammering that it was just a heads-up. His aura subsiding, Su Jingming calmly asks for the time and place of their duel. Regaining his composure, Lei Zhou declares the fight will take place in 7 days, at noon, on Broadcast Platform 3. Su Jingming accepts, warning his new rival not to regret this decision. The confrontation electrifies the crowd, who eagerly anticipate the clash between the first and second-place champions. Later, a university official begins the assembly, welcoming the students. He announces that before they discuss the credit and mentor systems, he wants to introduce the school's combat power ranking. He explains that students will use virtual dive pods to fight in holographic simulations, with rankings determined by how many levels they can clear, and promises that the rewards for climbing the ranks are very generous. After the hour-long meeting, Su Jingming lets out a yawn. The only thing that caught his interest was the virtual dive pod, which he decides he will try later. His priority for the next few days, he thinks, is his daily training with his mentor and senior Lu Ming. For the next 7 days, he dedicates himself to intense training. At the end of the week, Lu Ming is astonished. He asks his junior brother how he managed to advance to the mid-level of the first tier so quickly. Su Jingming just smiles and attributes it to just luck. His inner thoughts reveal he deliberately waited a few days before using his system to level up, which only cost him 386 superpower points, and if he had done it any faster, he might have scared his senior silly. Lu Ming then remembers the duel. He confirms the match is scheduled for that noon, and with a confident smile, he pats his junior on the shoulder and declares he will observe 3 minutes of silence for his opponent. He decides to accompany Su Jingming, eager to witness his junior's strength in peak condition. They arrive at broadcast platform 3, where a crowd has already gathered. Onlookers debate the outcome of the match. Some believe Lei Zhou will win, arguing that Su Jingming's top score was a fluke from a remote exam location. Others counter by mentioning his recent record-breaking punch power. Lei Zhou scoffs, declaring that a physical record is meaningless when it is superpowers that truly matter in a fight. Just then, Su Jingming makes his grand entrance, his new black coat and spear causing a stir in the crowd. From the ring, Lei Zhou notes that his opponent's rank has increased but remains confident in his own preparations. To raise the stakes, Lei Zhou proposes they add a wager, all of their credits. Su Jingming accepts without hesitation, stating he has 370. Lei Zhou agrees to cover any shortfall with cash and proposes they transfer their credits to a neutral third party, Old Master Zhou, for safekeeping. Su Jingming notices the official presiding over the match is a powerful tier 6 healing-type superpowered being named Zhou Yun and understands the school has taken precautions to prevent fatal accidents. The crowd buzzes with excitement as the massive wager, worth 3.7 million in currency, is confirmed. The official, teacher Zhou Yun, lays out the rules. If one person admits defeat or loses consciousness, the other is forbidden from continuing the attack under threat of severe punishment. Both combatants understand. They face each other, and Lei Zhou unleashes his A-rank fire superpower, Dense Pine Industry Fire. A vortex of intense orange flames erupts around him as he declares he will take back all the honors Su Jingming made him lose. The crowd marvels at the terrifying power of his A-rank ability. Wreathed in flames, Lei Zhou charges, bringing his sword down in a powerful raging flame slash. In response, Su Jingming simply swings his spear in a basic upward arc. To everyone's astonishment, his simple, non-technique block completely neutralizes the flaming sword strike. The audience is stunned into silence. They cannot believe a normal attack just broke a powerful special move. Lei Zhou is left gritting his teeth in disbelief. With his opponent's attack nullified, Su Jingming looks at him with cold indifference. Purple lightning crackles around him as he tells his rival that nothing is impossible. It only seems so because he is simply too weak. Before Lei Zhou can react, Su Jingming launches a devastating counterattack, his body a blur of purple lightning as he lunges forward and strikes his opponent squarely in the chest, sending him flying. A brutal torrent of purple lightning erupts from Su Jingming, engulfing Lei Zhou and sending him hurtling backward. His sword is ripped from his grasp as he crashes violently onto the arena floor, completely defeated while smoke pours from his body. The sudden, overwhelming conclusion leaves the crowd utterly speechless. The supporters of Lei Zhou stare in stunned silence, one of them asking if the fight is truly finished already after Su Jingming only attacked twice. Another spectator points out the immense power of Lei Zhou's opening flame slash, an attack most other freshmen could never hope to withstand. A friend of the defeated fighter wonders aloud how this could have happened when everyone claimed Lei Zhou was the stronger of the two, only for him to be defeated in an instant. A student in the audience offers a chillingly simple explanation. Su Jingming's strength is on an entirely different plane from everyone else in the freshman class. Watching from the side, Lu Ming appears completely bored by the entire affair, thinking to himself that the duel was far too dull. He muses that his junior brother was not even compelled to use a tenth of his actual power. Back in the center of the ring, the referee Zhou Yun begins to declare the winner of the match. However, she is interrupted by the wounded Lei Zhou, who forces himself back to his feet, calling out to her. He grinds his teeth in defiance, insisting that he has not surrendered and the fight is not yet over. In a final act of desperation, he retrieves a small, ominous red pill from his pocket. Zhou Yun's eyes widen in alarm as she immediately recognizes the dangerous item, shouting out and identifying it as a bloodburst pill. She calls him insane, warning him against taking such a risk for a simple match that is not a life-or-death battle. The spectators also know of the pill's dangerous reputation. They murmur among themselves, one exclaiming, "No way, Lei Zhou actually took a bloodburst pill?" Another explains that the drug can grant a temporary but massive power boost, but its side effects are extremely severe. Someone else adds that the user will be left bedridden for 1 or 2 months, questioning if it is truly worth the price. With the important freshman tournament only a month away, they reason he simply cannot afford to take that risk. Ignoring all concerns, Lei Zhou declares that he will accept full responsibility for any consequences that may occur. He is resolved to go all in. Only after this gamble will he accept defeat if he still loses. From the crowd, a worried Lu Wentao and others begin to protest, questioning if he is even allowed to take pills during a match, shouting that it is essentially cheating. Zhou Yun addresses the complaints, clarifying that because this is an informal duel, there are no strict restrictions. She explains that weapons, combat suits, and drugs all fall under the category of permissible material support. While she speaks, Lei Zhou swallows the pill. She concludes her explanation by stating that if Su Jingming possessed a similar potion, he too would be allowed to use it. As the powerful pill takes effect, Lei Zhou's body erupts in an even more violent and intense fire aura. His eyes begin to glow with a menacing orange light as he lets out a roar of newfound strength. Zhou Yun watches with a worried expression, noting that the high-grade pill has instantly boosted his power to the lower level of the second tier, putting Su Jingming in a seriously dangerous situation. But faced with this desperate power-up, Su Jingming's own battle intent only surges higher, becoming even more potent as a torrent of purple lightning explodes around him. From the sidelines, Zhou Yun observes this change with approval, thinking that his fighting spirit has become even more vigorous and he possesses the true mindset of a great general. Gripping his spear, a confident smile plays on Su Jingming's lips. He thinks to himself that finally, the fight is no longer just an adult toying with a child. He takes a single step, and the lightning around his combat boots shatters the arena floor. He then launches himself at his opponent with blinding speed. Lei Zhou is completely shocked by his rival's incredible velocity. The two warriors collide in the center of the ring, their superpowered attacks meeting in a thunderous explosion of force. Lei Zhou manages to block Su Jingming's initial thrust, but the raw, overwhelming power behind the attack is simply too much for him. The immense force of the blow sends him staggering backward, forcing him down to his knees to absorb the devastating impact. Still wreathed in his wavering flames, he grinds his teeth in disbelief. He cannot comprehend how, even after boosting his strength to the second tier, he is still no match for Su Jingming. He wonders what kind of absolute monster he is fighting against. Realizing a direct, head-on fight is useless, Lei Zhou switches his tactics. He decides that if he cannot win through brute force, he will instead attack from a distance. He leaps back and launches a volley of powerful fireballs directly at Su Jingming. However, his ranged assault is met with nothing but casual disdain. Su Jingming effortlessly swings his spear in a wide, fluid arc, creating a powerful vortex of lightning that deflects every single one of the fireballs. He then mockingly asks his opponent if that is all he has to offer. Frustrated and sweating, Lei Zhou curses his opponent's seemingly flawless lightning ability. A desperate hope begins to form in his mind. He knows he cannot get close, but he thinks that if he can exhaust his opponent's power before his drug boost wears off, he might still have a chance. But Su Jingming has absolutely no intention of letting the fight drag on any longer. He decides it is time to end this. He raises his hand and summons a massive amount of purple energy, condensing it into a solid spear of pure, crackling lightning, his A-rank technique, Thunder Spear. He hurls the condensed energy weapon directly at his opponent. The spear screams through the air and slams directly into Lei Zhou's shoulder, easily piercing his defenses. Stumbling back in shock and agonizing pain, clutching his bleeding wound, Lei Zhou has a horrifying realization. His opponent also has a devastating long-range attack. Before he has any chance to recover, Su Jingming follows up with another technique. A powerful sphere of lightning materializes above Lei Zhou, and a torrent of purple energy rains down, electrocuting him. Stunned and in excruciating pain, he looks up, desperately wondering what new kind of battle technique this could be. With a cold and unfeeling expression, Su Jingming points forward and declares the name of his A-rank control skill, Thunder Prison. A cage of crackling purple lightning immediately forms around Lei Zhou, trapping him completely. He curses his situation, realizing he is now caught in a restraining-type technique. In a final, desperate move, he summons his remaining power to create a flame barrier, a swirling vortex of intense fire that surrounds his body. Trapped but still defiant, he taunts Su Jingming from within his fiery shield, declaring that since his opponent cannot get in, and he cannot get out, they should see who can last the longest in a battle of attrition. Su Jingming, however, remains entirely unfazed. He looks at the fiery defense with open disdain. He thinks to himself that the flame barrier looks weak and wonders how many of his attacks it could possibly withstand. Instead of engaging in a battle of wills, he leaps high into the air, effortlessly clearing the fiery vortex and positioning himself directly above his now-trapped opponent. While still airborne, he unleashes his ultimate assault. He summons his immense power, and dozens of massive, glowing purple spears of pure lightning materialize in the air, all of them aimed directly at the helpless Lei Zhou. The deadly rain of lightning spears begins to descend, a devastating attack that looks like a far more powerful version of his chain thunder gun. Looking up at the overwhelming onslaught, Lei Zhou is consumed by absolute terror. He knows with absolute certainty that if he is hit by that barrage, he will die. With his life on the line, his pride completely shatters, and he screams out his surrender. At the very last possible second, just as Lei Zhou shouts his concession, the referee Zhou Yun also yells for him to stop. The tip of the lead lightning spear halts just inches from Lei Zhou's terrified eye. The rain of spears dissipates into nothing. Su Jingming lands gracefully back inside the ring. In a final, definitive motion, he thrusts his physical spear forward, piercing Lei Zhou's chest just enough to leave no doubt as to who is the true victor. Su Jingming withdraws his spear, leaving Lei Zhou kneeling and utterly defeated on the floor of the ring. With a commanding presence, Su Jingming stands over his vanquished opponent as teacher Zhou Yun officially declares him the winner of the match. The crowd is left in a state of shock and absolute awe. They exclaim that it was a complete and utter crushing defeat. They marvel at how Su Jingming flawlessly chained together 4 different battle techniques in just a few seconds, recognizing it as a feat far beyond what any normal freshman should be capable of. 2 students in the audience discuss the incredible power of the techniques they just witnessed. One of them guesses that all of the techniques must be at least B grade. His friend is amazed by this, admitting that the best technique he has managed to learn is only C rank. Watching from the sidelines, Lu Ming overhears their speculation and looks stressed. He thinks to himself that they are severely underestimating his junior brother. He knows the truth. Su Jingming had dared to choose 4 A-grade techniques and, what is even crazier, has already mastered them all to a combat-ready level. He reflects on his own experience, recalling that he had only dared to choose a single A-grade technique as a freshman, and it still took him over 4 months to learn. He admits to himself that having such a monstrously talented junior brother puts a great deal of pressure on him. Back in the ring, a humbled Lei Zhou gets to his feet. He sincerely thanks Su Jingming for sparing his life and accepts his complete defeat. He promises that the wagered credits and daxia coins are now his. He also assures him that he will make sure his aunt gets her payment on time. Teacher Zhou Yun approaches Su Jingming and confirms the transfer of his winnings. 50 credits and 3.2 million in currency have been deposited into his student account. A thought crosses Su Jingming's mind that a gambling duel is a very quick way to earn money. With the duel officially over, Lu Wentao rushes down to the ring, absolutely ecstatic. He congratulates his brother Ming, telling him that he is now a rich man. He invites him to go out and relax in the city center that evening to celebrate. Su Jingming begins to decline, explaining that he still has training scheduled with his senior. However, Lu Ming, standing nearby, encourages him to go, advising him that a proper balance between training and relaxation is the key to long-term success, and telling him that he has been training non-stop and really should unwind a bit. Taking his senior brother's advice, Su Jingming agrees to go out. As they prepare to leave, Lu Wentao excitedly points towards Lu Ming, gushing about his reputation as the vice president of the Ash Society, a user of an A-rank lightning superpower. As he and Su Jingming walk off together, Lu Wentao comments that the famous senior is even more impressive in person. As they leave the arena, Lu Wentao tells his Mingji to just follow his lead, as he will handle all the arrangements for the evening's entertainment. A slightly suspicious Su Jingming looks back and asks what kind of program of entertainment he is talking about. Lu Wentao turns with a wide, mischievous grin and points at his friend. He reveals his grand plan, the one thing you absolutely cannot miss in college, a social mixer between the boys' and girls' dorms. At a bustling restaurant, A mountain of food sits on a table. Lu Wentao enthusiastically tells his roommate, Ming, that his popularity has truly exploded this time. He explains that he put up an invitation for a social mixer on the campus forum. He then asks Su Jingming to guess just how many people signed up for it. Su Jingming questions if he is being serious about this sort of thing. Lu Wentao proudly reveals that over 100 people responded. He confesses that his eyes nearly went blurry from trying to choose a pair from such a large pool of applicants. A curious Su Jingming wonders aloud who his friend finally decided on. With a sly grin, Lu Wentao declares he is keeping it a secret for now, promising that his roommate will see soon enough. Just then, he announces that speak of the devil, their guests are arriving. He eagerly calls out to them from across the restaurant. 2 young women enter the restaurant. One cheerfully announces that she is Chi Dongxia, here by invitation. Her companion introduces herself as Song Chiuyun, her roommate. Lu Wentao excitedly introduces them, boasting that Chi Dongxia is an A-rank beast-type power enhancer. He then adds that Song Chiuyun is a first-tier upper rank, an A-rank nature-type light ability user, and was also this year's top scorer in Sichuan province. Su Jingming politely introduces himself, saying it is nice to meet them. Hearing his name, Song Chiuyun asks with great interest if he is indeed that Su Jingming. She immediately challenges him to a sparring match, telling him he can pick the time and place for it. Chi Dongxia immediately chides her friend, calling her a battle maniac. She questions how she could possibly challenge someone the moment they meet. She reminds her friend that this is supposed to be a social mixer. Song Chiuyun sheepishly clarifies that she only came because she thought she would be able to spar with Su Jingming. Lu Wentao quickly diffuses the tension, calling it a simple misunderstanding and inviting the girls to please have a seat. His friend adds that they are all here to relax. She suggests they should eat first and then go for a stroll through the shopping district. The group later walks through Central Magic City's vibrant Huaihai shopping street. Song Chiuyun exclaims how incredibly lively it is. Her friend admires the trendy and beautiful clothes displayed in a shop window, while Su Jingming spots a powerful-looking A-rank moonlight blade. He thinks to himself that it is no wonder this is one of the country's top commercial centers, observing that the selection of battle suits, weapons, and elixirs is much more complete than back in Jiangxing. Later that evening, after a shopping spree, Song Chiuyun exclaims, "Wow." Su Jingming is left carrying a mountain of shopping bags, thinking she spent several million in just one night. He thinks to himself that Song Chiuyun may dress simply, but he never knew she was actually so loaded. Lu Wentao leans in and whispers to his friend that he has no idea. She is not just rich, her family background is also amazing. Chi Dongxia then cheerfully calls for the gentleman to help her carry the last bag. Song Chiuyun thinks it is about time for them to head back. As they arrive outside the girls' dorm, she tells the boys that they will stop there for the night. She thanks them both for a fun evening. Chi Dongxia waves goodbye. Before she leaves, Song Chiuyun tells Su Jingming she was serious about what she said earlier. She declares that someday in the future, she will ask to spar with him. Her challenge is met with a moment of surprise from Su Jingming. A confident smile spreads across his face as he agrees, saying there is no problem and he will be waiting. He then waves goodbye. Once inside their room, Chi Dongxia starts teasing her friend. She says that since enrollment, she has never seen her treat any guy so kindly, but she was great with Su Jingming. She concludes that inviting her to the mixer was definitely the right move. Song Chiuyun explains the reason for her behavior. She reveals that her A-rank morning light ability gives her sharp perception, allowing her to sense when guys look at her with impure thoughts, showing her visions of their perverted desires. But she says Su Jingming is different. His eyes only held appreciation with no lust at all. She concludes, anyway, he's special. Chi Dongxia gets a mischievous look, teasingly saying it looks like the dear Miss Song's heart has been stirred. Meanwhile, as the boys walk back, Su Jingming lets out a sigh, remarking that going out once in a while is not so bad after all. Lu Wentao simply agrees. However, Su Jingming's mind is elsewhere. He thinks about Song Chiuyun and her status as a first-tier upper rank. The thought that she is already at that level makes him realize he still has to keep pushing himself harder. 15 days later, he is meditating in his training room. He thinks to himself that it is about time he can advance again. He commands his system, "Deep Blue, add points for me." A violent surge of purple lightning erupts from his body. System notifications appear, confirming a dual advancement. He is moving from first-tier mid to first-tier upper, and his Thunder Immortal Body technique is advancing from stage 1 to stage 2. He lets out a long breath, He thinks that as always, the rank advancement boosts his overall strength. He knows that the second stage of his body refinement still focuses on tempering his bones and muscles. He recalls from the books that breaking through to the third stage will unlock a special state, Thunder Extreme Mode. He realizes this mode temporarily pushes his power and speed to their limits. A sense of anticipation builds as he thinks he cannot wait to reach the Thunder Extreme Mode. He checks his system panel and sees he is almost out of ability points. He reviews his new stats. His rank is first tier upper, his body vitality is 520, and his mental power is 421 Hz. His body art, Thunder Immortal Body, is at stage 2, and he has only 62 ability points left. He decides it is time to ask his teacher for leave. He plans to head into the wilderness zone to hunt beasts and replenish his ability points. Later, when he visits his master's residence, he mentions he advanced last night. Dean Yang Zhentian is shocked, asking if Jingming broke through again. Su Jingming calmly confirms his progress and adds that his Thunder Immortal Body has also reached the second stage. The dean is inwardly stunned, thinking about the student's level up and body refinement breakthrough, and how he says it like it is nothing. He concludes that with an S-rank power combined with such dedication, it is impossible for him not to achieve greatness. His senior disciple, Lu Ming, tells the dean he told him their junior is a total monster. Lu Ming recalls that when he broke through from mid-tier to upper tier, it took him over half a year. Dean Zhentian tells Su Jingming that advancement is important, but so is real combat training. To test his new strength, he suggests his students spar with his senior brother Lu. He wants to see how strong Su Jingming has become after advancing. Su Jingming confidently replies, "Sure." In the training room, Lu Ming tells his junior that he will suppress his own power to a second-tier lower level. He instructs Su Jingming to give it his all. After a countdown from 3, Lu Ming shouts for the match to begin. Both warriors leap forward, their spears meeting in the center with a powerful clash that erupts in a brilliant explosion of purple and green energy. The immense force of the clash surprises Lu Ming. He thinks to himself that his opponent possesses such powerful strength and is matching him blow for blow. Su Jingming, covered in purple lightning, feels a thrill of excitement. A thought crosses his mind that since getting his system, this is his first evenly matched opponent. Deciding to press his advantage, he unleashes his Thunder Prison technique. Before his senior can fully recover, Su Jingming follows up with his Chain Lightning Spear, a move that impresses Lu Ming, who recognizes it as the combo used to defeat Lei Zhou. Lu Ming smirks, declaring that he is not that freshman. He gathers his own power and unleashes a devastating counterattack, his Jade Pivot True Thunder. 20 minutes later, the intense battle is over. An exhausted Su Jingming leans on his spear for support. He tells his senior that his Divine Lightning is exhausted and he has lost. Lu Ming, however, reassures him. He explains that his junior did not lose in skill, but simply ran out of energy. Their master, Dean Yang Zhentian, approaches them, praising the fight as brilliant. He admits that Jingming's performance exceeded all his expectations. He had thought Lu Ming would win easily, but instead, they were evenly matched, and it took a battle of attrition to decide the winner. Lu Ming then asks his junior brother if he knows what level of strength they both just reached. When Su Jingming looks back, puzzled, Lu Ming asks, "What level?" A stunning declaration is then made, second-tier invincible. Dean Yang Zhentian announces the end of combat training, instructing everyone to take a break. The butler, Uncle Fu, serves Qingling spirit fruits, explaining their effectiveness at dispelling fatigue after a workout. Seizing the opportunity, Su Jingming informs his teacher he would like to ask for his permission for something. The dean tells him to go ahead with his request. Su Jingming states his plan to depart from the school and journey into the wilderness zone. The dean asks him about the planned duration of his trip to the wilderness zone. Su Jingming replies he anticipates being gone for about a month and a bit, planning his return before the freshman competition. The dean is surprised by the long duration he has planned. He warns that the wilderness zone is nothing like an exam hall, which has army protection. Ferocious beasts run rampant there with no discernible patterns. One wrong move could easily lead to an encounter with high-rank beasts. The dean adds that staying inside for over a month makes the dangers quite obvious. He then gives his consent, saying since his student wants to go, he can go. The dean advises him to remember that if things ever look wrong, he must run immediately. He explains that every strong person's rise to power involves passing through life and death crises. He declares he will not stop his disciple if he wishes to strive for greatness. Su Jingming expresses his gratitude to his teacher. The dean then inquires about which wilderness zone his disciple is heading to. Su Jingming specifies he is going to the wilderness zone on the outskirts of Yuanshui City. The dean feels this is alright, as it is located right next to the Magic City. He notes that the highest beast levels there are only 4th or 5th rank, making it relatively less dangerous. The dean promises to have Lu Ming give him some pointers later. Su Jingming replies that he has got it. The dean tells his disciple that when he is out there, he cannot help him much. He declares that he will prepare a truly handy weapon for him instead. Back in his dorm, Su Jingming remarks that his gift from his master is. He commands Eva to open the school's mission system. Based on his senior's advice, he thinks it is best to accept some field missions before leaving school to earn credits. He sees a variety of missions listed: collect beast materials, pick rare flowers and herbs, capture fugitives, and engage in large-scale battles. Task 1 is to collect 32nd rank armblade tiger sinews for a reward of 60 credits. Task 2 is to collect 30 Qingling grasses over 20 years old, rewarding 43 credits. Task 3 involves participating in a campaign in the southwest, requiring a mid-2nd rank level or above, and offering 600 credits. Task 4 is to assist the Magic City Public Security Bureau in capturing a 3rd rank fugitive, with a reward of 200 credits. He observes that all the high-credit tasks inevitably involve combat. He thinks that the university is basically pushing students into the fire pit. He realizes this is the training model of Magic City Supernatural University. He thinks it is no wonder people say the best students of Magic City Supernatural University are not on campus, but out in the field. He decides to choose 1 A-rank task and 3 B-rank tasks. He believes his preparations are complete. He states there is no time to waste and that he will set off immediately. Lu Wentao wishes him good luck. Su Jingming arrives at the Yuanshui City supply base. A man is shouting, announcing that a hunting team for ferocious beasts needs a long-range member. Another advertises a C-rank squad that is recruiting. A third is selling high-quality pills and inviting people to take a look. Someone else is asking for anyone interested in exploration missions. He thinks to himself that he has finally arrived at the Yuanshui supply base. He enters the adventurer registration hall, where a receptionist welcomes him, asking how she can help. He states his intention to register as an adventurer. He knows that to enter the wilderness zone he must first register for a nationally valid adventurer identity. He presents his Magic City University student ID. The receptionist, seeing he is a student from Magic City Supernatural University, comments on how rare it is to see someone of his rank enter the wilderness zone. She informs him that the ID card production will take some time and suggests he can rest for a bit. A commotion erupts as Jiang Chuxian enters, with people exclaiming over her beauty and the intense aura she exudes as a Magic City student. He sees that Jiang Chuxian is a sophomore at his university. He hears someone say it looks like she is going to the wilderness zone to shoot material again. Someone else remarks that although her videos are done with a team, the quality is so high he watches every episode. He overhears that she has nearly 10 million followers online. Another person corrects this, stating she has more than 15 million and he would give up 10 years of his life for her to be his girlfriend. Su Jingming notes she is a fellow student from his university and that her looks are almost on par with Song Qiuyun's. The receptionist returns, presenting his adventurer card and a satellite smartwatch with a built-in wilderness zone map, showing detailed markings of beast activity and danger levels. He thanks her for the items. As he turns to leave, a shady man addresses him as little brother, asking if this is his first time in the wilderness zone. He tells Su Jingming he cannot go without pills and asks if he wants to buy some. Su Jingming asks about the prices. The man offers a grade 1 healing pill for 20,000 and a grade 1 antitoxin pill for 15,000. He mentions that grade 2 is more effective but also pricier, at 40,000 and 30,000. Su Jingming thinks to himself that it is not too expensive. The man boasts he is known for his cheap pills with good effects. Su Jingming realizes something is suspicious. A grade 1 pill usually costs at least 30 to 40,000, so these low prices mean something is wrong. He concludes most of these vendors are scammers who pick on newbies who do not know better. He calmly asks the man how many he wants. Then he directly asks how many newcomers he has scammed with this trick. The scammer realizes he has been exposed and asks if Su Jingming is trying to make him leave. Su Jingming coolly asks what he thinks. The scammer's face twists into a menacing expression as he says that Su Jingming is the first person to try conning him there. Just then, a woman shouts at Zhao Chunlin, accusing him of scamming newcomers again. Zhao Chunlin recognizes Wang Qian. He mutters that Su Jingming is lucky this time. Before leaving, he leans in with a threat, telling Su Jingming he better not leave the supply base, or he will regret it. Onlookers gossip that the newbie targeted by Zhao Chunlin is doomed. Someone asks why he picked on him and why he picked Zhao Chunlin. Another says he heard he has advanced to mid-second rank, questioning how the first-rank upstart could be his match. The woman who intervened warned Su Jingming that Zhao Chunlin never forgives slights and he should not leave the supply base lately. Su Jingming thanks her for the reminder but asks why no one stops him from scamming people. She explains Zhao Chunlin has black market connections, so who dares stop him? She advises him to buy supplies through official channels and reminds him again not to leave the supply base. As she walks away, he thinks she is actually a warm-hearted girl. He decides to first buy what he needs for the month. He knows he needs to buy healing pills, antitoxin pills, blood rage pills, and many other things. As soon as he steps outside the supply base, he is confronted by Zhao Chunlin. The scammer mocks him for not believing his warnings, saying he told him not to leave but he still dared to come out. He asks if Su Jingming thinks he can just ignore him. Su Jingming calmly asks what he wants to do. Zhao Chunlin declares that since Su Jingming embarrassed him earlier, he will take off his 2 legs. He says making him spend the rest of his life in a wheelchair will settle his grudge. Nearby, the woman who had warned him exclaims that she told him not to leave and asks why he did not listen. She feels she has to hurry and help him. Her companion tells her not to rush, suggesting he should be allowed to learn a lesson so he stops being so reckless and ignoring advice. Back in the confrontation, Zhao Chunlin declares that if he, Zhao Chunlin, cannot even teach a newbie a lesson, he wonders how he will get by there later. He activates his C-rank ability, Metallized Skin. He boasts that with his ability plus his D-rank battle suit, Su Jingming will not be able to break through his defense. He gives an ultimatum, unless Su Jingming pays 1 million in compensation and kneels down to him. Su Jingming interrupts with a single word, "Shut up." A surge of his energy startles Zhao Chunlin, and before he can react, Su Jingming appears behind him and strikes him down. The force of a single, devastating lightning-fast attack sends Zhao Chunlin careening backward, his body battered and bloody as he smashes through a stone wall. Onlookers, especially the kind adventurer and her friends, are left completely speechless by this sudden and brutal display of overwhelming power. Su Jingming stands calmly amidst the destruction, completely unfazed. The stunned crowd murmurs, in awe of the instant, terrifying takedown. One person wonders how he did that, admitting they did not see his move clearly, while another marvels at his speed. Someone who was initially worried about the young man now admits they never expected his strength to be this formidable. The blonde adventurer grimly assesses Zhao Chunlin's injuries, guessing that his pelvis has been completely shattered. She concludes that the whip kick means that even if he survives, he will be confined to a wheelchair as a cripple. Her friend, Xiao Qian, remarks that the man from Modi University is not only very strong, but ruthless as well. Her companion asks how she knew he was from Modu. She explains that she recognized his battle suit, an exclusive product from the university's equipment department, a place known for producing perverted levels of power. She suggests they should try to recruit this strong attacker for their team, since their squad still needs one. Another member protests, reminding her that when their squad was formed, they agreed to only have female members. Another teammate playfully teases Xiao Qian, asking if she has a crush on the guy. She then admits that the young man is indeed quite handsome, and she would not mind him joining. Ignoring the commotion he has caused, Su Jingming proceeds to the wilderness entry gate. A system notification confirms that his adventurer information has been confirmed, and entry to the wildlands is now permitted. He steps through the massive gate and into the vast, untamed expanse of the Yuanshui wildlands. Shortly after entering, the distant roar of a powerful beast echoes through the trees. He recognizes the cry as a territorial declaration from feral beasts of at least the 4th rank. However, he remains calm, stating that his target today is not them. He pulls up his map and plans his hunt, recalling the wildlands are divided into the ruined town and the mountain forest. He decides that since the feral beasts in the ruined town are a bit weaker, he will start there to harvest ability points from them. He identifies Pinyin County Town as a good location ahead, mostly populated with 2nd-rank feral beasts, few 1st rank, and none of the 3rd or 4th rank. He notes that its large area means there will be plenty of targets. With his plan set, he sprints toward his destination, a faint blue aura around him. He thinks to himself, Pinyin County Town, here I come. Upon arriving, he is immediately attacked by a 2nd-rank shadow cat. He thinks to himself that his ability points are being delivered on a silver platter. However, he clutches his chest as the negative emotions from the Thunder Tyrannosaur's blood stir within him, filling him with an overwhelming desire for slaughter. He knows that lately, this impulse has been getting stronger the more he suppresses it. With a savage grin, he decides he does not need to hold back anymore and unleashes a torrent of purple lightning. The sudden, terrifying display of power leaves the Shadow Cat frozen in fear. 1 month later, a team of adventurers patrols the desolate streets of the same county. The captain is baffled by the complete absence of feral beasts after a full day of searching. He reasons that with a population of at least 500 to 600 beasts, even a mass migration would not leave the town this clean. Just then, they spot a lone arm-blade tiger. The team prepares to attack, relieved to have finally found something. But before they can move, a massive spear of pure purple lightning descends from the sky, instantly obliterating the beast in a huge explosion. The adventurers are left stunned. The captain quickly deduces it was not a laser weapon, but an incredibly powerful lightning-type combat skill, and a warning. He realizes a strong person has taken this entire area, and they must leave immediately. From a high-rise, Su Jingming watches them flee. A system notification awards him 19 ability points for the kill. He reflects that his Thunder Spear, now at advanced proficiency, has a range of over 1,000 meters. He reviews his incredible progress over the past month. He has accumulated over 8,000 ability points, advanced from lower first rank to upper second rank, and his Thunder's immortal body has broken through to the 3rd stage. With multiple A-rank combat skills at intermediate proficiency, he thinks no one else could have achieved so much so quickly. Having cleared the area, he decides it is time to return to the supply base for resupply before venturing deeper. The next day, he returns to the Yuanshui supply base, his reinforced tactical backpack overflowing with over 400 kilograms of beast materials. Onlookers gawk at his massive load. In the adventurer's hall, the sheer quantity of his haul, which includes pristine tiger sinews, arm blades, and rhino horns, overwhelms the receptionist, who has to call for her manager, Zhao. The manager is amazed that such a young man could hunt so many beasts. While his staff inventories the materials, Zhao Yi presents Su Jingming with a platinum membership card. The final tally is staggering, hundreds of second-rank beast materials, totaling nearly 25 million, which Zhao Yi rounds up. With the transfer complete, Su Jingming's bank balance swells to over 29 million, making him rich overnight. As Su Jingming leaves, Zhao Yi's phone rings. It is Zhao Chunlin, calling from a hospital bed. He has seen the person who hurt him return to the base and furiously demands that Zhao Yi avenge him. He wants the Tiger Shark Squad dispatched to make Su Jingming suffer a fate worse than death. The manager agrees but makes it clear that after this, their ties are severed. After the call, Zhao Yi feels a vague sense of unease but dismisses it, confident his elite second-rank squad can handle an upper first-rank kid. Meanwhile, as Su Jingming walks through the supply base, he lets out a sudden sneeze, wondering if someone is speaking ill of him. Manager Zhao Yi excitedly calls his superior, telling Manager Wang about a promising new ability user he just discovered, a young man named Su Jingming. He explains that the massive haul of spoils this individual single-handedly brought back surpasses what a dozen entire teams could gather. The base chief manager, Wang Chuang, hearing the name Su Jingming, says he will check the records. As he pulls up the file, his eyes widen in complete shock. Chief Manager Wang Chuang immediately calls Manager Zhao back, his voice now laced with urgency. He sternly informs Zhao that the Su Jingming he mentioned is a figure of immense importance. He orders Zhao to notify him the very moment Su Jingming comes again. Manager Zhao, though confused, agrees, now understanding that this young man must have a powerful background, and he feels relieved that he did not neglect him. In his office, Wang Chuang realizes that Su Jingming is another one of Yang Zhentian's disciples, a talent even more potent than Lu Ming, who came before. He knows this prodigy is someone who absolutely must not be offended. Elsewhere, Su Jingming strolls through the base's commercial district. He is disappointed to see that the space rings sold their cost over 10 million, with a capacity only about the size of a suitcase, making them extremely expensive. He still acknowledges that space rings are incredibly convenient and says he wants to buy one. A thought then crosses his mind about how costly a space ring that could hold his spear would be. His thoughts are cut short by his phone ringing. It's his roommate, Ming, who after a long time without contact, asks when he is returning to school. Su Jingming tells him he will be back in half a month and asks if anything is up. From a hidden alley, a vengeful Zhao Chunlin, now confined to a wheelchair, points out his target to the hired mercenaries of the Tiger Shark squad. The target, he says, is him. He orders them to break his hands and feet, and then bring him before him. A female squad member coolly confirms that she has got it. As Su Jingming continues his phone call, his roommate begins to talk about an arrogant new freshman who enrolled at the school while he was gone. Suddenly, Su Jingming stops, asking his friend what is wrong. His roommate is puzzled, but Su Jingming senses danger. He tells his friend it is nothing and urges him to continue. As Su Jingming steps into a deserted alley, the squad prepares their ambush. The captain tells He-ji to analyze the target's strength, and she acknowledges the order. Another squad member comments that the captain is sometimes just too cautious. A different member complains, asking how much trouble a little upper first-rank kid could possibly cause. As He-ji activates her psychic ability to scan their target, her expression shifts from confidence to pure terror. She stammers that this cannot be right. The captain urgently asks what is wrong, sensing something is off. He-ji shares her psychic perception, an ability that reveals the brightness of a person's aura is proportional to their power. I'm sharing it with everyone, she says, so you can look for yourselves. What her teammates see horrifies them. Her perception shows the target's aura is tens of times stronger than their own upper second-rank captains. They realize with dread that a fighter like this could easily annihilate their entire team. The captain understands instantly that the intelligence was wrong and Zhao Chunlin has tricked them into jumping into a pit. He immediately commands them to abort the mission, go back, and settle things with Zhao Chunlin. Su Jingming is left confused as he watches the would-be assassins suddenly run away. He quickly figures out that Zhao Chunlin is the only person in this base who has a grudge against him. He deduces that the man must be resentful and trying some small tricks to get revenge. He concludes that people like that cannot change their nature and decides that the next time they see him, they will teach him a proper lesson. The furious Tiger Shark squad returns to confront Zhao Chunlin. The captain storms up to the crippled merchant and slaps him hard across the face, shouting, "What happened? Why did you attack me?" Zhao Chunlin is sent flying from his wheelchair. The captain roars at him, asking if he still has the face to ask, screaming that his damn intel was wrong and almost got them all killed. He reveals the shocking truth: the target is not an upper first rank, he is an upper second rank. The news leaves Zhao Chunlin speechless, unable to understand how it is possible for him to have leveled up so quickly in just a bit over a month. The captain declares with cold fury that he does not care what happened, this mission ends here. He tells Zhao manager that they will handle him themselves and then departs with his team. Back so soon? Manager Zhao asks as they enter. He questions if they dealt with their target. The captain curtly replies, "No, mission terminated." The leader of the Tiger Shark squad reports to manager Zhao Yi, explaining that Zhao Chunlin's intel was incorrect. The target, he clarifies, is not an upper first rank but has reached upper second rank. It gets even worse. He reveals that according to Hiya's observation, the target's actual combat strength is at least third rank, which is why they aborted the mission. Zhao Yi is enraged, exclaiming about an upper second rank matching third rank strength. He wonders what is up with Zhao Chunlin and who he thinks he is. His mind races, upper second rank, he asks, what did Zhao Chunlin say the target's name was? The squad leader replies that he did not give a name, but the features are obvious, about 1.9 meters tall, muscular, and carrying a long spear. The description sends a jolt of horror through manager Zhao. He realizes, oh no, that person can't be. The scene cuts to manager Wang Chuang's office, where he slams his hands on his desk in a blind rage, yelling at manager Zhao, "How dare you send people to ambush Su Jingming, who are you?" A terrified Zhao Yi stammers that he is just an upper second rank kid and asks if he really needs to be this angry. Manager Wang screams at him, calling him a fool who cannot recognize greatness. He tells Zhao that here are Su Jingming's records, and he should see for himself. As the Files Project, Zhao reads the horrifying details. Su Jingming is the Jiangnan province top scholar, a Modu superpower university freshman, and at 18 years old, is already at an unheard-of upper second rank. And the final, terrifying piece of information, the head of the Weapons Institute, Yang Zhentian, is his personal mentor. Manager Wang asks grimly, "Now do you understand?" He explains that his mentor is a master-level figure, and even if they smashed the entire supply base flat, the state would not say much. His body erupting in panicked spikes, Zhao Yi bows, assuring his boss he understands completely and that he absolutely will not make things difficult for the base. With that, Wang Chuang gives a simple order, "Bring him in." On Manager Wang's command, 2 guards drag the battered Zhao Chunlin into the room. The terrified merchant is thrown to the floor where he begs, "I admit my mistake, spare me please." But Manager Wang is merciless. He tells Zhao that it seems a simple beating will not be enough, the ringleader must be executed. He coldly tells the pathetic man that he only has himself to blame for kicking a steel plate this time. The scene then shifts, and someone asks about the one at Manager Wang's. The entire top management of the base is gathered in a formal line at the entrance. A crowd, including Xiao Qian and her team, watches the strange event. One of them recognizes the man at the very front as the base chief manager, Wang Chuang. Another points out that besides procurement manager Zhao, all the other department heads are also present. The consensus is that with such a powerful lineup, some big figure must be coming. Just then, one of Xiao Qian's teammates spots a familiar figure, asking, "Xiao Qian, isn't that the young man from Modu Superpower University from before?" Su Jingming, returning from his errands, looks confused, asking, Where? He cannot understand why the whole management team is lined up at the entrance. The man at the front steps forward, a warm smile on his face. He welcomes student Su, announcing that he is finally back. He introduces himself as the base chief manager, Wang Lun. The crowd gasps. Xiao Qian's friend exclaims that the managers are greeting him. The general feeling is that this young man's identity is not just that of a Modu student. Manager Wang offers a sincere and formal apology. He informs Su Jingming that for the offense against him, Zhao Chunlin has been justly punished by their base. He adds that all related accomplices have been rounded up and will now spend the rest of their lives in prison. He says that to apologize, their base has prepared reparations. A thought crosses Su Jingming's mind that it is no wonder someone ruthless enough to sit in the chief manager's seat handles things so cleanly. A female attendant brings forward a small, ornate box, presenting it to Su Jingming. Manager Wang explains this is their base's highest-level black gold membership card. He clarifies that from now on, all his lodging at the base will be free. He adds that any purchases he makes will also enjoy at least a 20% discount. He then reveals another gift, a 1 cubic meter space ring. The incredible value of this gift leaves Su Jingming utterly stunned. 1 cubic meter, he thinks to himself, absolutely shocked. The space ring is an incredible gift, Su Jingming thinks, its official price being at least 50 million daxia currency. He acknowledges that Manager Wang is being truly sincere. He decides that since Manager Wang is being so thoughtful, he will accept the generous offering. Manager Wang smiles, commenting that as teacher Yang's student, Su Jingming's generous actions are expected. He then mentions that Su Jingming's senior brother, Lu Ming, also trained at the water supply base back in the day. Later, Su Jingming relaxes in the luxurious room opened with his new black gold card. He remarks that the room is even nicer than the dorm villa, and after training for a month, he can finally rest properly for a day. He then turns his attention to the space ring. The item needs a spiritual imprint to complete the bonding before it can be used. He is confident it should be easy, as his current spiritual power of 972 Hz is far higher than the 600 to 700 of an ordinary upper second rank user. He completes the process and declares it is done. He discovers he can pull things out with a thought, and put things in as long as his body is touching them. He concludes that besides being unable to contain living beings, this thing is really convenient. His phone rings, it is his teacher. Su Jingming confirms he just came out of the wilderness zone and says he has something to report. His teacher erupts in fury, yelling, "How dare they send people to ambush you?" He declares that compensating with a space ring is the least they could do. He vows that if anything were to happen to his student, he would blast their entire supply base to pieces. He then asks what happened to the elite squad of upper second rank users that followed him into the alley and why they finally gave up. Su Jingming speculates they found out he was also an upper second rank, which did not match their expectations, so they went back to reconfirm. His teacher is floored, exclaiming, "Huh? You are already upper second rank." He questions how he could have leveled up after only being in the wilderness zone for a short month. Su Jingming calmly confirms he just ranked up a few days ago. His teacher bursts into joyous laughter, exclaiming that he is truly his student. He boasts that his student's cultivation progress is even faster than his was back in the day. He asks when his student plans to come back, wanting to personally celebrate. Su Jingming says he will return before school starts, as he is planning to head to the advanced area for the last stretch. He assures his teacher he will be fine, explaining his thunder dash has high proficiency, so 4th-rank vicious beasts should not be able to catch him. He adds that if he really meets a 5th-rank vicious beast, he can still use a blood rage pill to survive, so it is fine to try his luck and gain some experience. The teacher praises him, calling him a good kid and noting how composed he sounds. But he still reminds him to always remember to be cautious first, which the student understands. The dean's butler, listening in, remarks that he has not seen his master this happy in a long time. The dean agrees, stating that not only does student Jingming perform excellently in training, but he also passes real combat tests, and his promotion speed is unheard of. He says that they say life or death crises are catalysts for the strong. For Jingming, it is practically a cheat code. Later, in the forest mountain range of the wilderness zone, Su Jingming is surrounded by the roars of ferocious beasts. He thinks to himself that compared to the town ruins, the mountain forest area's ferocious beast resources seem much richer. A sudden snapping twig alerts him to an attack as a gale terror wolf lunges at him with wind blades. He quickly realizes that 3rd-rank ferocious beasts generally possess special abilities similar to those of ability users. He identifies this gale terror wolf as a wind-type ability beast, and judging by the wind blade's force, it should be at the mid-3rd rank. He wonders how many ability points he will get after killing it. Just as he prepares to fight, Jiang Chuxian and her team arrive. One of them exclaims, "Look, it's the gale terror wolf." Her subordinate notes its surrounding gale force is not weak and it should be a mid-3rd rank beast. The bodyguard declares that a beast of this rank is just right to be Miss Zhang's kill material. Su Jingming watches as the bodyguard, Lu Chuan, gives orders to cut off the wolf's escape routes, intending to steal his kill for his boss's video. A thought crosses Su Jingming's mind that the wilderness unspoken rule is, first come, first served. However, Jiang Chuxian speaks up, stating she does not like to snatch prey that is not hers. Lu Chuan protests, claiming she is saving the weak, which would be good for her reputation, but Jiang Chuxian disagrees, stating Su Jingming appears calm and uninjured. She decides they should leave, and Lu Chuan begrudgingly agrees. Su Jingming thinks to himself that this woman, Jiang Chuxian, has a decent character, but Lu Chuan is a yes-man with a sharp tongue. As the team leaves, Su Jingming remarks that a fake nice guy is the most annoying kind of person. With them gone, he returns his attention to the now annoyed wolf. With a swift, electric gale break, he kills the 3rd-rank beast, earning 34 ability points. He thinks the reward is not bad and decides he will grind hard for the last 10 days. Later, in another part of the forest, he finds a group of mountain apes. His thunder spear only injures their leader. With a savage grin, he tells the rest of the small fry he will make sure their whole family is intact and slaughters the rest. Having cleared the area, he checks his status and is pleased to have over 3,000 ability points, enough to return and learn S-rank combat skills, something he has been looking forward to for a long time. Suddenly, a distress signal shoots into the sky. He recognizes it. Elsewhere, Jiang Chuxian is fleeing for her life. Her team was scattered by a 4th-rank beast, and she ran into a low 3rd-rank burrowing dragon, a ruthless beast that is extremely troublesome. As a mid-2nd-rank user, she knows even with a blood rage pill, she cannot beat it. She breaks out into a grassland, realizing it is over now, as without trees blocking, it will definitely catch her. The beast corners her, leaving her with nowhere to run. But just as it lunges, a bolt of purple lightning strikes down, and Su Jingming appears. Seeing Su Jingming refuse to flee, a frantic Jiang Chuxian yells at him for not listening to reason. She urgently shouts for him to run, warning that the approaching creature is a lower 3rd-rank burrowing dragon that he cannot possibly defeat. Her words go unheeded as he remains motionless. She exclaims in frustration, realizing he does not understand. Thinking that while her own death is one thing, she absolutely will not allow an innocent bystander to be dragged down with her, she makes a selfless decision. She tells him to run, declaring that she will hold the beast off herself. The massive burrowing dragon charges. As Jiang Chuxian braces for the attack, Su Jingming moves. He unleashes a massive spear of pure lightning that streaks over her head toward the onrushing beast. The crackling energy weapon descends with incredible speed. It slams directly into the beast's head, causing a massive explosion of purple lightning and gore that obliterates the creature instantly. Jiang Chuxian collapses to her knees, staring in disbelief at the result of the one-shot kill. A stunned thought crosses her mind. The terrifying power of that attack means the sonic boom she heard earlier was not her imagination. She wonders how the person who saved her, who was supposed to be only an upper 2nd-rank user, could possess such strength. A A system notification confirms Su Jingming has killed a lower 3rd rank burrowing dragon and gained 36 ability points. A smile appears on his face as he thinks that, as expected of a ferocious beast with dragon in its name, its ability points are even higher than that of an ordinary upper 3rd rank beast. After the intense battle, he approaches Jiang Chuxian, asking if she is alright. She stammers that she is fine, just that her legs are a bit weak, and thanks him for saving her. He modestly says it was nothing, and that anyone else would have stepped in the same way, then helps her to her feet. Standing before him, she tells him that is not necessarily true. She introduces herself as Jiang Chuxian and declares she can't repay him for saving her life, but tells him that if he ever needs anything, he just has to ask. He politely says it is a bit much to ask for orders, but tells her that if she could give him an autographed photo, that would be great. She exclaims in surprise. He explains that his roommate, Lu Wentao, is a super fan of hers and has wanted an autograph for a long time. She replies that of course she can, but she does not have a photo on her at the moment, and asks if she can give it to him when they get back to the supply base. Her attention is then drawn to his spear, and she recognizes the Dark Cloud Gale spear. She asks him if he is also from Magic City Supernatural University. When he confirms the weapon was a gift from his teacher, she excitedly asks if he recognizes the spear. She says of course, because it is too heavy for 1st and 2nd rank users to wield, and 3rd rank users all use gear of C grade or higher, so the spear is famous. She quickly introduces herself as being in the Elemental College, Ice Department, sophomore year. Hearing her call him junior, Su Jingming simply greets her as senior. She acknowledges his greeting, then thinks to herself that it is right for him to call her that, since ordinary Magic University students usually do not reach upper 2nd rank until their junior year. She then thinks that since no one at school has heard of him, this senior must be really low-key. Su Jingming decides it is best not to burst her bubble since she admires him so much. She praises her senior, saying his strength is really impressive, noting that although the burrowing dragon was a lower 3rd rank, it is comparable to an ordinary upper 3rd rank ferocious beast. She confesses that she did not expect her senior to one-shot it. She then asks if her senior is leaving. Blushing, she then stammers a request, asking if she can stick with him for a while. She explains that since she got separated from her guard team, she cannot handle being alone. Su Jingming tells her it is fine and that he will take her toward the city ruins, from where she can then make her own way back. She happily thanks her senior. She then asks, by the way senior, do you want to check the burrowing dragon's cave? She suggests there might be good stuff inside, otherwise the dragon would not have rushed out to chase her. He replies, okay, let's go take a look. On the way, she asks which academy her senior is from. He tells her he is from the Weapons Academy. She replies that she knows his dean, Yang Zhentian, who has the nickname Yang King of Hell, and is really fierce. He calmly informs her that the dean is his teacher. The revelation leaves her completely flustered. She stammers, sorry, I misspoke. Su Jingming internally remarks that he did not expect the streamer Jiang Lin's persona of a cold, frost goddess to be so different from her real self, who is quite the chatterbox. They arrive at the cave entrance. She points, telling her senior that the cave is right there. He cautions her that there might be danger inside and tells her to hide behind him. They enter, and the cave smells so good. They discover a hidden paradise, a vibrant cavern filled with glowing plants. He is amazed, identifying a B-rank Qingling grass, an A-rank flame flower, and a C-rank hypnosis herb. A thought strikes him. There are so many rare and exotic flowers and herbs, how did they all grow here? His eyes land on a glowing spring in the center of the grotto, and he asks, This is? He realizes it is a spring condensed with the essence of the earth, a healing holy medicine for those below 4th rank, an S-rank earth spirit spring. He turns to her and asks if she is sure. She explains that the earth spirit spring nourishes nearby plants and causes them to evolve into strange rare flowers, imbued with the spring's fragrance. He remarks that he did not expect her to have such deep knowledge of rare materials. She proudly says that she actually passed the Level 2 pharmacist certification at school. He thinks to himself that he did not expect her to be a scholar, as the Level 2 pharmacist certificate is supposed to be very hard to pass. She tells him not to flatter her, and that from this spring, they can prepare at least 5 doses of S-rank healing spring liquid. She then makes a generous offer. She says that then, these earth spirit spring waters are all his. He says he will give her 4, keeping 1 for himself. He adds that they will also split the rare flowers and herbs half and half. She exclaims with gratitude, "Thanks so much, senior." Just then they hear voices from the entrance. Her team leader asks what could be so valuable when there are not any monsters in this cave. Another team member points out that judging by the traces, this should be the nest of a lower third-rank burrowing dragon. The leader realizes that a dragon-type ferocious beast's nest might really have some good things inside. They are interrupted by Jiang Chushuan's team leader asking. Startled, she says, "Huh, it's team leader Wang and the others, you scared me." Su Jingming thinks to himself that if an elite team of third-rank ability users finds this S-rank Earth Spirit Spring, they will be in trouble. The leader greets Miss Jiang, saying they have been looking for her everywhere and did not expect to meet her here. He then notices Su Jingming and asks who the person beside her is. Jiang Chuxian quickly explains that he is actually a senior from the same school and they just met on the road. She then gestures to the valuable plants, adding that these rare flowers and herbs have pretty good quality, and since what is found should be shared, they should all split everything together. The leader replies, "Is that so? And then thanks, Miss Jiang." However, a subordinate whispers to the captain that something seems off. He points to the pool in the middle, saying it looks a bit like an S-rank healing holy medicine, the Earth Spirit Spring. The mention of an S-rank rare material instantly changes the atmosphere. Crap, Su Jingming thinks, the moment S-rank resources are mentioned, the atmosphere instantly changes. The leader turns to Jiang Chuxian, his face no longer friendly, and states that it seems she and her friend are not being honest. Seeing the greed in his eyes, she tells her senior that since he noticed, those earth spirit grasses and rare flowers can all be theirs. She then urges him to go. He does not move, so she whispers, "Senior, Captain Wang and the others are all peak third-rank ability users, we can't beat them." Su Jingming calmly replies, "Junior, they're just peak third-rank ability users. I don't think I'm any weaker than them." He adds, "Besides, even if we gave them all the rare materials, they still wouldn't let us go." She asks if he is right. The leader laughs, "Huh, you may be arrogant, kid, but you've guessed right." The leader explains his cruel logic. Miss Jiang is a big streamer, and if she goes back and cries victim online, they would probably never be able to work domestically again. Therefore, he concludes, "So it's better to silence you here." Realizing she has no choice and cannot hold her senior back, Jiang Chuxian resolutely takes a bloodburst pill. As her nature type, rank ice ability surges, a wave of frost spreads across the ground. The mercenary leader issues his commands. He orders Shou Chong to deal with her lover first, while everyone else guards the cave entrance. He then activates his C-rank beast system ability, transforming into a massive saber-toothed tiger, and tells Miss Jiang that she will have to leave her life there today. One of his men cruelly adds that such a beauty would be a waste to kill right away. Another chimes in, saying that their captain should take it easy and not kill her too fast, suggesting they record the whole thing. The horrific realization dawns on Jiang Chuxian. These men are beasts in human skin. She thinks, "Am I really going to die here today? I can't accept this." A deeper regret follows, "And I've dragged Senior down with me too." She turns to warn him, but the scene has already changed. In a blur, Su Jingming has moved behind the coughing Zhou Chong, his spear run through the man's chest. He coldly remarks that it looks like even a third-tier fighter is not much after all. The captain is stunned by his incredible speed, thinking, so fast. He realizes that Zhou Chong may only be a mid-tier third rank, but he is not someone who can be taken down so easily. He turns his attention to Su Jingming, concluding that he is the troublesome one after all and that he really misjudged him. The captain roars and unleashes a powerful tiger roar slash. Su Jingming easily dodges, a blur of purple lightning. Judging by the attack strength alone, he recognizes this third-tier peak captain is much stronger than him. He decides he cannot afford to hold back anymore. Su Jingming unleashes his hidden power, activating his Thunder Extreme mode. A violent surge of raw purple lightning erupts from him, tearing his shirt and revealing a powerful, muscular physique as demonic horns sprout from his head. Jiang Chuxian is left in stunned silence, gasping, "Senior." As she watches this incredible transformation, the captain stares, wondering what kind of monster this is. Su Jingming revels in the feeling of power, thinking it is incredible and amazing. The captain scoffs, thinking he is just acting mysterious and it is only a special mode. With a ferocious grin, Su Jingming rushes forward. The captain activates his defensive combat skill, Lying Tiger Stone, confident that his protective stone armor can withstand any attack below Tier 4. He is proven wrong. Su Jingming's own combat skill, Lightning Gale Slash, shatters the armor, sending the massive tiger man flying backward, crying out in agony. In his transformed state, Su Jingming's body is now 3 or 4 times stronger, a level of power the captain's iron skin cannot withstand. Another mercenary lunges, unleashing a B-rank combat skill, Flame Demon Claw, but Su Jingming effortlessly blocks it. The man is in utter disbelief. His Flame Demon Claw was blocked. Impossible. He wonders what kind of monster this is, realizing his advanced B-rank skill has been stopped. Su Jingming thinks to himself that as expected of a third-tier peak, he will finish it with one more shot. Terrified, the man begs for his life, pleading, Don't kill me. He offers the Earth Spirit Spring and over 100 million in savings, everything. But Su Jingming coldly dismisses his plea, telling him it is too late for begging. Jiang Chuxian watches, her mind reeling. Is this a dream? She thinks about how hiring this team cost 6 million, and their captain was said to be invincible among third tiers, yet he died just like that. This is unbelievable. She has never heard of any student in the academy having such a record. She realizes his ability is stronger than even an A rank, and wonders if it could be S rank. Now facing the remaining mercenaries, Su Jingming feels the violent, bloodthirsty urge that had faded after leveling up rekindling once more. He menacingly tells them, Now it's your turn. The terrified men call him a demon. Su Jingming scoffs, Demon? Compared to scum like you, murderers and robbers, I think I'm still more human. The leader orders his men to take bloodburst pills and fight to the death. The battle is swift and brutal. Afterward, Su Jingming stands shirtless amidst the defeated bodies. He leans against a rock, exhausted, reflecting that Thunder Extreme Mode is powerful, but the drain is heavy. He notes that using it for just over 10 minutes is more exhausting than fighting beasts for hours. A concerned Jiang Chuxian rushes to his side, asking if he is okay. He reassures her that he is fine, just tired. He suggests they gather the Earth Spirit Spring and rare herbs first, then rest for a bit. She is relieved that the good thing is the Earth Spirit Spring was not tainted by blood. After carefully collecting the precious liquid, she notes that, nice, there is even half a bottle more than expected. He tells her she gets 1.5 bottles. After all, she fought hard too. Overjoyed, she thanks her senior. But as she takes the bottles, she suddenly stumbles, crying out, Ugh! She collapses forward against him. A sense of dread fills her as she realizes that the bloodburst pill side effects are kicking in. A painful cry escapes Jiang Chuxian as the bloodburst pill side effects take hold. Her body suddenly goes weak, and she collapses forward right into Su Jingming, who catches her in surprise. She grunts, thinking to herself that her whole body is now weak, and she cannot even use her mental power. Huffing for breath, she feels a wave of embarrassment, realizing she cannot even take clothes out of her spatial ring. A mortifying thought crosses her mind. If her senior sees her like this and misunderstands, she will leave such a bad impression. Su Jingming tells her that the side effects of the bloodburst pill are strong, and he will take her to rest over there first. As he carries her, her heart begins beating incredibly fast. She wonders to herself why her heart is racing and if it is because this is the first time she has been this close to a man. He finds a safe spot and gently sets her down. He tells her to rest there for a bit while he goes to collect the remaining rare flowers and herbs. She watches him go, thinking that her senior is really a gentleman. While she rests, he goes through the spoils of their battle. He finds cash, rare herbs, beast materials, and a C-rank combat skill. A disappointed thought crosses his mind that this Tier 3 elite squad did not have anything valuable after all. He examines the 2 1 cubic meter spatial rings he recovered, hoping they can be exchanged for a single 2 cubic meter one. He muses that otherwise, carrying a long spear everywhere is a huge pain. From her resting spot, Jiang Chuxian calls out to her senior. She tells him that the Earth Spirit Spring can ease the weakness caused by the bloodburst pill. He looks over and she asks with an "Oh." He walks back over to her. She asks him if he can feed her some. She adds that it does not have to be too much, just 1 sip will do. After drinking the spring water, she sighs, "I feel much better now." She says that to fully recover it will probably take 3 to 4 hours. A thought then occurs to her. She did not know the side effects of the bloodburst pill could be neutralized. She exclaims that this S-rank Earth Spirit Spring really is amazing. Su Jingming thinks about how in 3 to 4 hours, it will be nighttime. He decides they should rest there for the night, as it is relatively safe anyway. A flustered thought enters Jiang Chuxian's mind. Just me and senior, a man and a woman alone, spending the night in a dark cave. Su Jingming asks her what she thinks. She shyly replies, "Oh." She thinks to herself that she will do whatever her senior says. The next morning, as a cool breeze blows, she stretches and lets out a soft moan. She thinks about how nice the forest air is. She feels that if there were not any beasts, she could live there for a month. A new thought then enters her mind, and she chastises herself. She cannot believe the nonsense she was thinking last night, questioning how her senior could possibly be that kind of person. A wave of disappointment then washes over her as she wonders why she feels that way. Her thoughts are interrupted when Su Jingming says, "Let's go, I'll take you to the forest's edge." She replies, startled, "Huh? Oh, okay." The two then begin to run through the forest. Suddenly, a massive, flaming creature leaps over them. A panicked thought crosses his mind. Not good. It's a Tier 5 flame tiger. It lands far ahead of them, ignoring them completely as it continues to flee. A confused thought occurs to him. It didn't notice us? But Jiang Chuxian points out to her senior that judging by the beast's expression, it looks like it is running for its life. Suddenly, a massive horde of gray rat-like beasts with glowing red eyes swarms past them in a terrifying tide. A horrified thought enters her mind. She recognizes that an iron-eating rat may only be Tier 1, but once they swarm, even a Tier 6 powerhouse would die if surrounded. Now she understands why even that Tier 5 beast is fleeing for its life. She urges her senior that they should run too. Su Jingming immediately grabs her hand, and they flee. She thinks to herself that iron-eating rats have insane stamina and can sprint non-stop for 5 or 6 hours, questioning if they can really escape. She knows that the only safe place is the supply base, but it is at least 90 kilometers away. Su Jingming tells her they have to find a way to move faster. She says that his spear is too heavy and he will have to drop it. He tells her that the spear is big enough for his spatial ring and that she should put it in hers. With the spear stowed away, he thinks to himself that running while holding hands is still too slow and carrying her on his back would be faster. She lets out a startled "ah" as he lifts her onto his back. He tells her, "Let's go," and they speed off. They eventually break out of the forest and into the ruined city, but it is also overrun. Su Jingming thinks to himself that this is the worst-case scenario. He guesses they will have to fight. He tells his junior to hold on tight as he is speeding up, and she lets out a scream. He charges into the horde, killing a lower Tier 1 iron-eating rat and gaining 2 ability points, then a mid-Tier 1 rat for 3 more. At a military outpost, an officer reports to the director that the rat tide is massive, at least over 300,000 strong. Another officer grimly states this will devastate the ecological balance of the source water wilderness. The region, he says, will likely enter a slump for several months. He adds that it is too bad for the ability users who went deep into the wilderness. They will likely all be devoured. He thinks to himself, I hope Su Jingming didn't go too far in. Otherwise, unless his teacher Yang Zhentian personally intervenes, no one can save him. Suddenly, a soldier exclaims, "Look! What's that?" An operator reports that there is such terrifying lightning and questions if it is a lightning-type beast. The commander orders everyone not to panic and to begin a beast danger assessment immediately, granting the first squad permission to open fire. A report comes in that a target is advancing toward the base at roughly 80 meters per second, and interception has failed. As the energy blast hits them, Su Jingming can only grunt in pain. A soldier wonders, what the hell? It's actually a person? I thought it was a lightning-type beast. Another comments that he has to admit, this guy's aura is terrifying. A third soldier points out that the silhouette on his back looks kind of familiar. Having reached safety, Su Jingming tells Jiang Chuxian they have reached the supply base and they are safe now. She sighs in relief. Yeah, that was such a close call, thanks to Senior. The base chief manager, Wang Chuang, approaches and recognizes Student Su. He says that Su Jingming actually made it through the rat tide and asks if he needs any help. Su Jingming tells him he ran from the mountains for over 40 minutes to get there, and that he is a bit tired and just needs a room to rest. The manager is astounded. He thinks to himself that the mountain region is over 90 kilometers away, and that even Tier 4 ability users could not necessarily escape from there. A thought then occurs to him. Su Jingming actually pulled it off. The manager immediately offers to arrange a room and calls for someone to help him. However, Jiang Chuxian interjects, saying, no need, and that she will help her senior herself. Onlookers gossip, one asking if that is Goddess Jiang next to him. Another asks what their relationship is, wondering if they are. A third exclaims that she is lucky. Someone cries out, Goddess. My goddess was stolen. 2 days later, Su Jingming finally awakens. A voice asks if her senior is finally awake. She tells him he slept for 2 whole days and nights, and she almost fed him Earth Spirit Spring. He is surprised he slept that long and asks about the current situation in the wilderness zone. She informs him that the rat tide has not receded yet and the area is still under lockdown. She adds that even after it is over, there will not be many beasts for a while. She reminds him the new term starts soon anyway, so it is about time to return to school. He agrees that it sounds good. She then tells him that since her senior is heading back to school, it is perfect, as she is going back too. He replies, "Oh right, senior." She then presents him with something saying, "Here's that signed photo you asked for before." Su Jingming looks down at the suggestive photo in surprise, a simple "huh" escaping his lips. Su Jingming, holding the revealing signed photo, explains that it was actually intended for a friend. He remarks that this particular picture feels a bit too much and politely asks if she has a more normal one. Jiang Chuxian is taken aback, realizing, oh, so it was for a friend, and thinks she has misunderstood the situation. A wave of embarrassment washes over her as she scolds herself for ever thinking the senior had feelings for her. Flustered, she offers him a new one and asks for the last photo back. Su Jingming hesitates, then sheepishly asks if it would be okay for him to keep that one for himself. Her surprise quickly turns into a pleased smile as she happily tells him, of course. Trying to move on from the awkward moment, she says that she still has to book a train ticket to go home. He dismisses the idea of a train, explaining that he drove his car to the base and that she can ride back with him. Later, Su Jingming finds himself in a global limited edition supercar worth tens of millions, a vehicle befitting a famous influencer. He remarks that this is his first time experiencing a self-driving car. She chuckles, explaining that although it is only a level 5 AI, a full autopilot is no problem. They soon arrive back at the Modu Superpower University. Onlookers are immediately captivated by the handsome, tall, and strong young man with a dangerous aura, exclaiming how charismatic he is. Another person laments that it is too bad he seems to have a girlfriend who is equally gorgeous. As they walk through the campus, Su Jingming thinks about how his power has skyrocketed in just a month and a half. He tells her he is in Zone 3, and she says she is in Zone 2, so this is where they will part ways. Before they separate, she sincerely tells him that if he ever needs her help, he just has to ask anytime. He confidently assures her he will take her up on that offer. In a surprise move, she quickly leans in and gives him a kiss on the cheek. She tells him to think of it as a small token of her thanks for saving her life, then turns and runs off, calling back to see him next time. A stunned Su Jingming touches his cheek, a single thought running through his mind, wait, did I just get forcefully kissed? Later, in her dorm, Jiang Chuxian thinks that someone as strong as her, senior, should not be so unknown and decides to dig up his information. She muses that all the current hot topics are about freshmen breaking first-tier records, which she finds weird. Soon, she finds his full info and is utterly shocked. She exclaims that he is a freshman and an upper second-tier user. She pouts, realizing she has been calling him senior this whole time and calls him a liar. A playful thought crosses her mind that the next time they meet, she will show her junior what happens. Back in his dorm, Su Jingming sorts through his earnings. He confirms the mission materials are all gathered, he has 2 space rings, and over 25 million yuan in the bank. He sees his collection of flame flowers and direwolf hides. He laments that if he had not run into the rat swarm, he could have earned more superpower points. Still, he pulls up his system panel and sees he has over 3,700 points, which should be enough to learn 2 S-rank combat arts. His roommate, Lu Wentao, bursts into the room, exclaiming that he is finally back and did not even give a heads up. He says he was worried sick when he heard about the rat swarm. Su Jingming confirms it happened but says the army is handling it now. As they speak, Lu Wentao senses a change in his roommate's aura. He yells in shock, "Holy crap! You advanced to second tier?" To be precise, Su Jingming calmly clarifies, he is at the upper second tier. He explains that he had a few close calls but got lucky, escaped death, and broke through. Lu Wentao is incredibly impressed, exclaiming that as expected of Ming, he is on another level. He wonders if a near-death experience can really make someone stronger that fast and thinks it makes him want to try it too. Su Jingming immediately warns him not to, stating that his case was special and the wilderness is too dangerous, advising his friend to wait until he reaches second tier. Lu Wentao laughs it off, saying he was just kidding and is not going there anytime soon. He then remembers that Song Chiuyun came looking for him several times and suggests he contact her. Su Jingming says he will reach out once he is finished with what he is working on. He then remembers he brought a gift from the wilds. He hands the personally signed photo of goddess Jiang to his roommate. Lu Wentao lets out an immense scream of pure joy. At the battle technique library, Su Jingming thinks about how the 4 missions he completed earned him 871 credits and how fast making credits through missions is. He commands Eva to filter all S-rank lightning-type combat arts for him. A series of holographic panels appear, displaying techniques like Thunder Tribulation Seal, Raging Thunder Fist, and Thunder Prison Realm. He notes that even a top academy like Shanghai Superpower University only has about 20-some S-rank lightning arts. He understands that choosing the right S-rank art is key to his future power growth. He focuses on 2 specific techniques: Heavenly Thunder Technique, a ranged attack that summons natural thunder, and Nether Prison Thunder Armor, a defensive art. He decides these 2 will create a perfect balance. He thinks that while others might specialize, he is built different and will take both. He discovers that the Heavenly Thunder Technique is a prerequisite for the Academy's only SSS rank art. He begins studying and is immediately struck by its profound depth, finding it even deeper than his Thunder Undying Body art. He groans, thinking this technique's complexity makes his old PhD all-nighters reading foreign research papers seem easy. 6 hours later, he lets out an exhausted breath. He has finally grasped the basics. He decides it is time for the system to take over and calls out, Deep Blue. He commands it to add points. A massive surge of purple lightning erupts from him. A notification then pops up that upgrading an S-rank art to the basic level costs a staggering 1,600 points. He guesses that all his hard-earned points will barely cover 2 arts. Just then, Eva's voice chimes in, reminding him it is already 1 a.m. and that using abilities inside the library is forbidden. Sheepishly, he says he got it. He decides it is too late to start the next technique and will learn it next time. Meanwhile, Song Chiuyun is on a late-night run. She thinks to herself that she has been training past midnight every day for over a month and that even she is shocked by her own progress. She resolves that once Su Jingming returns, she will challenge him and prove she is the true #1 freshman. Her run is interrupted by the sight of a white-ringed black-feathered hawk silhouetted against the moon. She identifies the beast and, judging by its speed, estimates it is a tough 3rd-tier opponent. Suddenly, she wonders why there is thunder in a clear sky. A massive sphere of purple lightning explodes, instantly annihilating the hawk. She is stunned, wondering if that was a high-tier lightning user. She judges by the distance that the caster must be within the campus and wonders which senior or instructor it was. Unseen, Su Jingming stands in a secluded area, a smirk on his face as he feels the power of his new technique. He thinks to himself that even a test run shows the incredible power of his S-rank combat art, the Heavenly Thunder Technique, which is truly extraordinary. A system notification confirms that Su Jingming has successfully killed a mid-tier 3rd-rank white-ringed black-feather eagle, rewarding him with 34 ability points. He thinks to himself that the Heavenly Thunder Technique is even stronger than he thought, as it actually obliterated the ferocious beast. He also notes that, more importantly, the casting range is nearly a kilometer. Unseen, a mysterious young man watches him from the shadows, a curious thought crossing his mind that this famous freshman, Su Jingming, is indeed interesting. The next day, as Su Jingming heads out, his roommate asks where he is going so early. He explains that he is heading to the combat skills library again, since the freshman competition starts in a few days. His roommate is amazed, thinking that to be so diligent right after returning from the wilderness zone is simply unbelievable. He resolves that there is no way he can be lazy, and that after breakfast, he will go train too. As he walks through the campus, Song Chiuyun calls out to Student Su. She greets him, saying it is great that he has returned safely from the wilderness zone. She reminds him of the promise he made to spar with her, which she still remembers. Su Jingming asks her, "Spar? Are you sure you want to spar with me?" She retorts, "What? I'm also the provincial champion of Sichuan, don't underestimate me." He tells her fine, he gets it, and they will find some time later to spar. But she insists, asking why they have to wait, saying they can do it now. She suggests they just go to the training room on the 2nd floor of his dorm. He is taken aback by her decisive temperament, a trait he finds truly from Sichuan province. A curious thought crosses his mind. Is sparring with him really that worth looking forward to? Internally, Song Chiuyun wonders what kind of expression Su Jingming will have when he sees that she has also advanced to the 2nd rank. They arrive at the training room. As he stands there with his spear, she smirks confidently and hopes that Su Jingming does not lose too badly later. He calmly tells her that if she does not use a weapon, she will not be able to beat him. She asks about a weapon, then declares that of course she has one. She summons a massive and uncommon weapon, a Fangtian halberd, from her space ring. He is surprised that a girl is actually using such a weapon. She tells Su to get ready, vowing that this time she is going to utterly defeat him, and he simply replies, "Okay." From the sidelines, Lu Wentao confidently declares that Ming will definitely win Qiuyun. She reveals her new strength, showing she has broken through to the second rank lower level. She is confident that this is why she will be able to beat him. But he reminds her that he has not been standing still either. He then reveals his own power, showing he is at the second rank upper level, a fact that leaves her completely stunned. She asks how it is possible. Lu Wentao teases his friend from the sidelines, saying he told her that her Qiuyun cannot beat their Ming. She is in disbelief, thinking to herself that he is at the second rank upper level. She had planned to suppress him by level, but instead, she is being suppressed. She wonders how his promotion speed got so fast when they are both provincial champions. He then asks her if she wants to continue. Blushing, she tells him to continue, but asks him not to use too much force. Amused, he thinks that she is truly worthy of being the Sichuan provincial champion, flexible and resilient. He tells her not to worry and that he will not strike first, she can just come at him. She tells him not to regret this and charges forward. A thought crosses his mind about her A-rank light-type ability, Dawn Light, wondering how powerful a nature-type ability like his lightning is. As she attacks, she unleashes her combat technique, the Light Flame Gravity Array. He thinks to himself that it is a weapon-enhancing combat skill and that this is his first time seeing it. He easily parries her flaming halberd with a simple swing of his spear. The raw power of his block sends her stumbling backward, and he calmly comments that her use of a light-type ability to trigger flames is indeed a good combat skill, but the power is lacking. From the sidelines, Lu Wentao exclaims, "Beautiful." He notes that Song Qiuyun's combat skill has probably beaten countless people in Sichuan, but he did not expect Ming to so easily block it. Undeterred, she shouts, "Again!" and unleashes a furious barrage of attacks. Su Jingming effortlessly deflects every single strike. He calmly tells her, No, the halberd is too slow and lacks power, you need more practice." The intense assault quickly leaves her exhausted, and she sighs, admitting she is done. She cannot believe he solved her Radiant Gale Slash, an A-rank skill paired with Dawnlight that can strike hundreds of times in seconds, without using a skill himself. She asks if his spear proficiency is probably beyond just advanced. He confirms that his spear_manship is at the master level. The revelation leaves her completely shocked. She tells him that she started practicing the halberd every day at 8 years old, and after 10 years, she has only reached advanced. She calls him a prodigy. She concedes the match, admitting she cannot beat him. A thought crosses her mind that an S-rank ability, plus insane training talent and comprehension talent, means how could one possibly surpass that? He asks if she wants to try other combat skills. She declines, explaining that since his level and spirit are higher than hers, and with his S-rank ability, her spells cannot break his defense. As a thank you for being her sparring partner, she invites him to lunch, which he accepts. She tells him she will see him at noon and leaves with her friend, Qi Dongxia. After they are gone, Lu Wentao gives him a thumbs up and exclaims, "Ming, awesome. As expected, among the provincial champions, you're the strongest." Su Jingming modestly replies that Song Qiuyun's strength is not that high, though her level rose fast. His roommate thinks to himself that Song Qiuyun's strength is not high? Only Ming would say that. He then reveals a surprising fact. Song Qiuyun is the great-granddaughter of Song Daoyuan, the S-rank light-type ability 8th-rank grandmaster who appears in history textbooks. Su Jingming remembers that powerful figure from 80 years ago and recalls there is a whole chapter about him. His friend explains that in Sichuan, the S-rank ability master Song Yuan is known to all. Song Qiuyun is especially favored by him, so her leveling up is certainly fast. A new thought occurs to Su Jingming, and he now understands how she could afford to go all out buying things at the last social event and even has a ring that can store a 2-meter Fangtian halberd, all because of her strong background. He declares he is off and needs to keep learning martial techniques. Back in the library, Su Jingming thinks that forming the Nether Prison Thunder armor consumes 1/5 of his ability and lasts for half an hour. He notes that it not only reduces impact by up to 90% but can also automatically counterattack, making it equivalent to reactive armor, which is not bad at all. 4 hours later, he checks his status, wondering how many ability points are left after putting points into the armor. He sees he only has over 700 points left and decides he will find an opportunity to go to the nearby Yangqing and Tongxiang wilderness zones to replenish them. From now on, he decides he will fully prepare for the freshman competition. On September 1st, the day of the freshman competition, Song Chiuyun comments that her friend's weapons are rather different from ordinary girls. Chi Dongxia replies, "Haven't you heard? The stranger the look, the quicker you win." She declares her goal for this time is to get into the top 50 of the freshman competition. Song Chiuyun says her goal is a bit higher than Xiaxia's. She wants second place. This makes Chi Dongxia ask, "Second? What? You don't want to fight me again?" Song Chiuyun explains that either way, she can't win, so why make life hard for herself? Chi Dongxia points out that among those who reached second rank is the Qinghai provincial champion Li Qingji, who is pretty wild. Song Chiuyun says she would like to see how strong he really is. Chi Dongxia then says to look, they are at the competition arena. Inside the arena, a girl asks her friend if she did not expect her to care about the freshman competition, as she thought she did not like these contests. The friend, Jiang Chuxian, replies it is because someone she is interested in is participating. The other girl asks with interest if it is a male or female, and where they are. Jiang Chuxian replies that it is a male, and he is here. Below, Su Jingming's group enters. Lu Wentao is amazed, this arena is way too big. He adds that wow, though the school has lots of land, they would not be so extravagant, would they? Su Jingming explains that his teacher told him the freshman competition will have a 100-person melee, so a big arena makes sense. As he looks around, a spark of excitement flashes in his eyes. He thinks to himself that a 100-person battle and this freshman competition sound interesting. As the freshmen gather on the sprawling arena floor, Lu Wentao gazes up at the spectator stands, filled with awe. He points out to his friend the astounding number of important figures from various clubs who have come to watch. He notes that even the presidents of the university's two most dominant clubs, the Ash Club and the Falling Star Club, have personally attended the event. Lu Wentao excitedly speculates that such an impressive lineup must surely be there for his brother Su. This revelation surprises Su Jingming, who asks if superpower universities actually have club activities. His friend confirms that they do, of course. Lu Wentao then explains that the clubs at their Magic City University are quite different from the electronic or Go clubs found in liberal arts schools. He clarifies that they are essentially battle teams composed entirely of superpower users. These clubs, he continues, usually organize trips to the wilderness area to hunt fierce beasts and regularly distribute cultivation resources to their members every month. He adds that they can even facilitate a transfer into an affiliated guild after graduation, allowing a student to officially become a member. A new thought strikes him and he adds that Su Jingming's senior brother, Lu Ming, happens to be the vice president of the Ash Club. As Su Jingming looks around, he thinks it is strange that his senior Lu is not there, especially since today is a big day for him to show off his skills. A worried thought then crosses his mind. Since he returned to school, he has not been able to contact not only his senior Lu, but even his master. He remembers hearing they had gone southwest, and a sense of unease fills him as he wonders if they are safe. Meanwhile, in the stands, a member of the Ash Club tells their president that he heard the situation in the southwest battlefield is tense, and thanks him for returning to campus despite his busy schedule. The president, Wei He, is told by his subordinate that the task of recruitment can be left to the underlings, as there is no need for him to personally oversee it. But the president dismisses this, saying that no one else matters. He states that he returned this time for only one purpose. He declares that purpose is to recruit Lu Ming's junior brother, Su Jingming, at all costs. As he scans the crowd, he wonders why Falling Star Club's Wu Yuan is also present. He suspects that his rival's target is also Su Jingming. From another section, the Falling Star Club president, Wu Yuan, also looks on with interest. Suddenly, a massive magic circle appears, signaling the start of the event. A luxurious balcony materializes, and a woman steps through a portal of golden light. Lu Wentao recognizes the vice principal who oversees the battle technique library. He is amazed that she is the spatial superpower user he had heard about. He exclaims how strong she is. He then comments that the vice principal is actually this young. Su Jingming explains that since superpower users have strong physiques, their aging slows, but she should be more than 40. The woman introduces herself as Ling Shuang, one of the school's 3 vice principals. She announces that since the other 2 are busy, she will be hosting the ceremony. She welcomes the 1024 freshmen, including 6 provincial champions, to Magic City Superpower University. She gives a breakdown of their abilities: 56 A rank, 832 B rank, and 135 C rank and D rank users. With a pointed look, she adds there is also one extremely rare S-rank superpower awakener among them. She explains that the school will distribute resources every year based on a rating from D to S, and that this freshman competition will decide their first-year treatment. One student grumbles that with the rating system, credit system, power ranking, and mission system, the competition at the university is too intense. Another wishes they would just cancel these systems to make it fairer. Hearing this, Ling Shuang scoffs at the idea of fairness, asking when she ever said the university was fair. A powerful dark aura erupts from her as she declares that what they cultivate are top-tier powerhouses, whose birth must go through harsh competition, fighting, and seizing. Her intense words leave the freshman in stunned silence. But a confident smirk plays on Su Jingming's lips. He thinks that with this kind of competitive system, coming to Magic City Superpower University was the right choice. Ling Shuang advises them not to think about hiding their strength, as the stronger they are, the more resources they will get. She then explains that the freshman competition is divided into 2 stages. The first stage is a 100-person melee. Eva, the AI, will count how many enemies each person defeats, with the top 5 of each round advancing, for a total of 10 rounds. A screen displays the rewards: a 10 cubic meter space ring for first place, along with other valuable resources and credits. Lu Wentao is in awe of the massive space ring, wondering how much it would sell for. Su Jingming tells him that you cannot even buy this with money. The vice principal adds that the competition will also determine their rating and that S-rank rights are assessed separately. With her speech concluded, she says that is all she has to say and tells Dean's son she will leave it to her. Taking over, the Elemental Academy Dean, Sun Ching Snow, announces that the freshman competition officially begins. She reminds the students that those who perform well may be taken in as personal disciples, and urges them to do their best. Students murmur with excitement, with one hoping a teacher will notice them and another thinking if the dean picks them, they will soar instantly. The dean announces there are 10 rounds in stage 1 and Eva is now drawing the students for round 1. She instructs the selected students to please come to the stage. Among them is Li Qingji, who gives a provocative look towards Su Jingming's group. A friend points out Li Qingji's arrogance, and Song Chuyin agrees that he needs a beating. Lu Wentao thinks that of all the people to provoke, he chose the one person he absolutely can't provoke, and that now the second person he cannot provoke also has a grudge. He hopes his friend doesn't get crushed too badly later. On the stage, the referee announces not to worry about anyone dying, as Eva will automatically create a protective barrier. She adds not to worry about injuries either, as long as their head is not cut off, they can be saved. With a countdown from 3, the battle begins. The arena erupts into a chaotic free-for-all. Onlookers are immediately drawn to a student with a knife who has already broken through to the second order, exclaiming about his total domination. They identify him as Qinghai Province's champion, Li Qingji. He effortlessly cuts down his opponents, calling them weaklings. The round ends with Li Qingji in first place, having defeated 36 people. As he leaves the stage, he challenges Su Jingming, asking the S-rank superpower awakener if his first stage result can surpass his. His arrogance makes Lu Wentao think he is hopeless. In the stands, the president of the Falling Star Club asks if they should set Li Qingji as their first target. The president, Wu Yuan, says no, their first target is still Su Jingming. When his subordinate asks if he has inside info, he replies that it is not exactly inside info, but something he personally saw that day. Soon, the students for round 2 are drawn, and the crowd buzzes as they see that Su Jingming's name is called. His friends wish him good luck, with one shouting for him to show that guy Li Qingji his true power. Su Jingming calmly replies, "Okay." The other contestants in his round are filled with dread, realizing that since they are in the same round as him, they can only fight for the remaining 4 spots. The deans in the VIP section also take notice. One asks if he is the disciple Dean Yang recruited recently. Another notes that his presence looks sharp and wonders how he will perform. A third dean recognizes him as the S-rank lightning superpower, Purple Heaven Divine Thunder Awaken. Just as they speak, another dean spits out his drink in shock, exclaiming, "Pifik, what's going on?" Su Jingming is already second order. He adds that did he not just awaken when he enrolled. Another agrees that in just over a month, his leveling speed is terrifying. The dean thinks to herself that old Yang has such a huge secret, and he did not say a word. He can really hide it. The countdown begins. 3, 2, 1, start. The moment the match starts, Su Jingming thinks that to think standing far away will keep them safe is naive. A massive swirling vortex of purple lightning erupts from him, instantly engulfing the arena. A predatory grin on his face, he thinks that as expected, compared to fighting beasts, he still prefers fighting humans. As Su Jingming reveals his true power, a terrifying aura washes over the arena, causing the other contestants to cry out in alarm. One of them stammers in disbelief, realizing the immense energy could only come from a Tier 2 ability user. The entire arena buzzes with the shocking confirmation that Su Jingming is indeed a Tier 2 high-rank ability user. The other freshmen are filled with despair, with one lamenting how they are supposed to compete against someone who is an entire major realm above them. From the stands, the president of the Starfall Society is asked by his subordinate if he knew about this all along. The president calmly replies that he had some idea and that now everyone can see Su Jingming's true potential. In another section of the stands, Jiang Chuxian exclaims that it really is her senior, then quickly corrects herself, realizing she should call him junior. She playfully vows that since he tricked her for so long, she will have to go and properly settle the score with him later. In the arena, Li Qingji grinds his teeth in frustration, thinking his original plan to crush the S-rank ability user and make a name for himself across the whole school is now completely up in the air. He curses that with Su Jingming present, things have become difficult. On the arena floor, a student shouts, telling his fellow contestants that Su Jingming is a Tier 2 high-rank user with an S-rank ability, a power no single person among them can rival. A student named Shi Liao suggests that they should all unite and eliminate Su Jingming first. His proposal is met with immediate agreement, with one student exclaiming that what he says makes sense. Another agrees that this is the best strategy. Su Jingming notices that Shi Liao's voice carries a strong, mesmerizing power and correctly guesses he is a mental type ability user. Shi Liao then rallies the students, guaranteeing that if they listen to him, they can definitely win. He tells them that opportunities to defeat an S-rank ability user are rare. Motivated, the crowd shouts in agreement, with one saying if they do not go all out, they will be eliminated for sure, but if they fight, they still have a chance. Another yells, "Screw it, I'm in." A third declares that defeating an S-rank ability user might be the only chance in their lifetime, so they are in too. The students turn to Shi Liao, telling him to just say the word and what they should do. In the VIP box, a dean remarks that Shi Liao has some skills, as he has actually united the freshmen. Another dean recalls that Shi Liao is Dean Long's disciple, which is indeed impressive. Sun Qing Snow comments that Su Jingming is in a bit of trouble now and might actually capsize here. She thinks to herself that if an S-rank ability awakener does not even pass the first stage of the freshman grand competition, it would be quite a massive joke. Below, Su Jingming watches as Shi Liao confidently orchestrates his plan. The mentalist taunts him, saying if Su Jingming had taken him out before his second sentence, he might have been able to break the situation. But now that everyone is following his arrangements, he no longer has a chance. He asks Su Jingming how he will turn the tables when it is 1 against 102. Unintimidated, Su Jingming smirks and asks what makes him think he is at a disadvantage. Shi Liao then gives the order: melee-type ability users to the front, range-type users to release attacks immediately, and support types to buff their status. He yells go. The students charge, believing this is their chance to defeat an S-rank ability user. From a safe distance behind a rock barrier, Shi Liao tells Su Jingming that he advises him not to think about dealing with him, but to deal with the enemies surrounding him first. Su Jingming coolly replies that while there are indeed a lot of them against him, they will not have much effect. He hurls a massive lightning spear not at the students, but directly at Shi Liao's defensive wall, which shatters instantly. The resulting explosion sends a powerful shockwave across the arena. The students scream in terror as they are engulfed in the blast, with one yelling that it is going to explode and another crying that they are all going to die. A massive mushroom cloud-like explosion covers a huge section of the battlefield. Onlookers are stunned by the sheer destructive force. One shouts, "Holy crap! Can you believe it? I actually saw a mushroom cloud in the arena." Another worries if Shi Liao and the others are dead. The university's safety system activates. An AI announces that an unstoppable energy impact was detected and life was under threat, so the energy defense net was automatically activated. Shi Liao and dozens of other students are encased in protective energy bubbles, but the AI then delivers the verdict. Additionally, we regret to inform you that you have been eliminated by Su Jingming. Safe but disqualified, Shi Liao clenches his fist in frustration, thinking he has messed up and missed his chance to advance. He knows he has not defeated a single person and has missed the second stage of the freshman grand competition, all because he provoked Su Jingming. From within his bubble, he desperately screams for the others not to worry about him and to keep attacking. Another eliminated student screams, "Su Jingming, even if I get eliminated, I'm dragging you down with me." Another adds that a one-for-one trade to defeat Su Jingming is not a loss. The remaining fighters, still under Shi Liao's influence, launch a final, desperate charge from all sides. A confident Su Jingming watches calmly as dozens of weapons descend upon him, an almost sinister smile on his face. The other students in the audience look on in horror. From the sidelines, Lu Wentao sees the chaos. But Su Jingming effortlessly counters the all-out assault by simply spinning his spear, creating a powerful vortex of purple lightning that repels every attacker, sending them flying. Shi Liao is in disbelief, wondering how a simple ability application without any combat techniques could block all of their elemental attacks. He questions if this is the true power of an S-rank ability and collapses to his knees, utterly defeated, lamenting that they were nothing more than ants in his eyes. The rest of the audience is in an uproar. Someone exclaims, "Holy crap! What terrifying thunder!" Other people's elemental attacks are completely ineffective. Another notes that over 100 people against one, yet they could not even apply a bit of pressure, calling it absurd. A lightning user in the crowd is confused, asking why his lightning spear is so ridiculous when he has also learned the same technique. In the stands, Jiang Chuxian exclaims that she knew it, her senior has got this. Beside her, Song Qiuyun smirks, thinking it was too naive of them to believe they could defeat Su Jingming like that. In the VIP section, the deans analyze his technique, with one noting his proficiency with the lightning spear must be at least advanced. Another points out that the spear created a sonic boom, indicating his physique is extremely powerful. Sun Qing Snow looks on thoughtfully, wishing Dean Yang was here to ask for key information on Su Jingming. Back on the arena floor, the few remaining students are frozen in panic. One cries out that they cannot break his defense and asks what they should do. Another, demoralized, suggests they should flee. Seeing their fear, Su Jingming smirks and mockingly asks if they do not dare to come up. He declares that in that case, he will come to them. He leaps forward, becoming a blur of energy that closes the distance in an instant, striking down students with blinding speed. The students panic, with one desperately calling for the others to form a formation. The remaining fighters form a tight cluster, but it is useless. Seeing their organized defense, Su Jingming's smirk widens as he thinks that this is now getting interesting. He weaves through their ranks like a whirlwind, calmly critiquing their wrong slashing angles, their poor strength, and their slow speed. In a matter of seconds, the one-sided slaughter is over. Standing over the last fallen opponent, he declares them all too weak, and thrusts his spear into the ground, a definitive end to the battle. The defeated freshmen litter the arena floor, one groaning that Su Jingming still calls them weak even after beating them like that. Another exclaims that it feels like he is rubbing salt in the wound. A third student bemoans his bad luck, asking why he had to be in the same group as him. The official announcement rings out. Stage 1, Round 2 of the competition has concluded. It declares that the sole qualifier is Su Jingming, having defeated a staggering 102 opponents. The AI system then beeps, informing everyone else that, excluding the already qualified Su Jingming, they will all have to participate in the 11th round to reselect the remaining 4 qualifiers. This unprecedented outcome sends shockwaves through the spectators. Someone in the crowd exclaims it was a crushing, absolute victory. His friend remarks that this is his first time ever seeing a freshman grand competition where only a single person advanced from a round. A third student shrewdly predicts that after a performance like this, the school's clubs are going to fight tooth and nail to snatch up Su Jingming later. In the VIP section, one of the officials asks if the freshman grand competition has been around for over 40 years. His colleague replies with a yes. Another recalls that the previous record of 87 people defeated was also set by an S-rank user, and it took him 7 minutes. Someone concludes that looking at it this way, Su Jingming's new record will probably never be broken by anyone. Dean's son of the Elemental Academy marvels, wondering how Yang Zhentian trained him, amazed that Su Jingming's spearmanship has actually reached the master level. Her colleague exclaims that master level is a sign Su Jingming truly has extremely high talent in the path of weaponry. She confesses that she had originally wanted to try and pull him into the Element Academy, but after seeing his performance, she realizes there is no need. The other dean is simply relieved that with Su Jingming on their side, there is no need to worry about this semester's 3-school freshman research trip. As Su Jingming steps off the stage, his roommate, Lu Wentao, rushes over, offering his congratulations. He excitedly points out how Li Qingji's face instantly turned purple after Shi Liao was eliminated, joking that the guy could learn Sichuan opera face-changing. Su Jingming coldly states that the guy is just a paper tiger who bullies the weak and fears the strong, and confesses his arrogant actions earlier really could not be tolerated. He decides that he will issue a challenge to him later in the second stage, since he has 3 chances anyway. He wishes his friends luck, telling them it is up to them next. Lu Wentao confidently assures him not to worry, saying that advancing to the top 50 is still a very simple task for him. Song Qiuyan adds there is no problem, though she is already a bit impatient to get started. She then confidently thinks to herself that although she knows she cannot beat him, she is still the strongest freshman other than him. As the competition progresses, Lu Wentao places 4th in round 3 with 9 defeated, while Qi Dongxia secures 3rd in round 6 with 12 defeated. Then in round 9, it is Song Qiuyan's turn. The crowd immediately buzzes, one person shouting for others to look at the Sichuan province top scorer, Song Qiuyan, praising her top-tier figure and appearance. Another spectator points out her rare weapon, a Fangtian painted halberd. A third student unilaterally declares that she is the new generation goddess of their school. The match starts, and she immediately unleashes her Light of Dawn ability. The battle is intense, and a defeated student cries out in frustration about another Tier 2 fighter. Someone else sighs in relief, saying that luckily, she is just a Tier 2 low rank, not as perverted as Su Jingming. His friend retorts, asking what the difference is, since they still cannot beat her. In the club president's box, the leader instructs his subordinate to list Song Qiuyan as their second recruitment target, with Li Qingji temporarily as the third, and the subordinate replies okay. In the arena, Song Qiuyan executes her Dawn Light second dance, a whirlwind of strikes. She then unleashes her powerful combat technique, Light Flame Gravity Slash, causing an opponent to cry out from its heavy force. The round concludes, with her in first place, having defeated 45 opponents. She confidently asks Su Jingming how her performance was, wanting to know if it was bad. He assures her it was indeed amazing, noting her combination of magic and melee combat techniques was very good. He tells her he is looking forward to her performance in the second round. 2 hours later, Stage 2 of the Freshman Grand Competition, the free challenge, commences. An AI explains the rules. Each person has 3 chances to challenge anyone with a higher ranking, but those outside the top 50 are barred from challenging those within it. Li Qingji contemplates whether he should challenge the second-place Song Qiuyan or just forget it. To everyone's shock, Su Jingming steps forward and makes an announcement, telling Eva he wants to challenge the third place, Li Qingji. A stunned Li Qingji shouts at Su Jingming, asking why, as the first place, he is challenging the third place. Su Jingming coolly retorts that the rules never stated a lower rank must challenge a higher rank. With a menacing grin, he adds that besides, his opponent surely did not think that he is someone that could be provoked at will. Onlookers ask each other what the situation is and if the two have a conflict. A student explains with a hee-hee that they might not know, but earlier, Li Qingji made a throat-slitting provocation gesture at Su Jingming. The first student exclaims in disbelief at such arrogance, saying it is no wonder Su Jingming would actively initiate a challenge. Eva assigns arena number 74 for the battle and instructs them to get on stage as soon as possible. Li Qingji thinks to himself that this is good, and now he will see just how powerful the S-rank ability user actually is. As both sides take their places and get ready, the countdown begins. Li Qingji activates his A-rank, enhancement type, beast-style ability, the Berserk Bloodline King, causing a fiery lion-like aura to erupt around him. He charges forward and shouts at Su Jingming for forcing him to do this. Su Jingming calmly sidesteps, appearing behind him as he replies that he did not force him. This is a disaster born from his own arrogance. Believing a lightning-type user would never dare clash head-on, Li Qingji roars and unleashes his Wild Lion Slash, thinking his opponent is looking for death. But as their weapons collide, a massive explosion of energy sends him staggering backward, the thought entering his mind that his opponent's strength is actually stronger than his own. Su Jingming then unleashes his Purple Cloud Divine Lightning, and his opponent cries out in agony as the pain hits him. The crowd is in shock, wondering how even an enhancement-type Tier 2 ability user like Li Qingji cannot handle the pain, questioning just how agonizing that attack must be. They also realize what is more terrifying is that Su Jingming is controlling the lightning's power to torture his opponent, keeping him conscious so Eva cannot rule it as a loss. Someone shudders, thinking that in the future, they should provoke anyone but Su Jingming. Eva finally declares that in this match, Su Jingming wins. A thought crosses Su Jingming's mind. What a pity, he wanted to torture him a bit longer, but 10+ seconds of pain is enough for him to remember for a lifetime. He thinks to himself that he hopes his opponent has learned his lesson and will restrain himself a bit in the future, otherwise, that personality of his will make him suffer a big loss sooner or later. Li Qingji collapses to the floor, panting that he survived. A cold shiver runs down his spine. In that moment just now, he really thought he was going to die. But before he can even recover, another voice calls out from Eva. The AI announces that Song Qiuyun also wants to challenge the third place, Li Qingji. The defeated student stares in utter disbelief, a simple, "what?" escaping his lips. In the arena, Li Qingji is sent flying by Song Qiuyun's devastating halberd attack, a brutal and decisive end to their fight. With her weapon planted firmly in the ground, Song Qiuyun offers her thanks for letting her win. The AI system then declares that the winner of this match is Song Qiuyun. She proudly asks her friend, "Well, did you see how I beat him?" and lets out a happy laugh. Su Jingming gives her a small smile, acknowledging that she is indeed amazing, he supposes. The two share a celebratory fist bump. Their friendly interaction does not go unnoticed. An onlooker sighs that there must be something fishy going on between those two. His friend asks if he is suggesting that the goddess of their batch has already been taken. A third student curses, saying this Su Jingming moves too fast, and school has not even started yet. His companion tells him to keep his voice down, warning that he does not want to end up like Li Qingji, getting beaten up by a husband and wife mixed doubles team. 4 hours later, the official announcement is made that time is up, and the freshman grand competition has officially ended. A robotic voice then begins announcing the final results. A large holographic screen displays the top rankings. Su Jingming is firmly in first place, with Song Qiuyun in second, and the defeated Li Qingji in third. Farther down the list, Qi Dongxia has secured the 26th position, and Lu Wentao has landed in 39th place. An announcer instructs the students to please log in to the school's official website and fill in their academy selections next. Afterward, Song Qiuyun asks her new friend, Jingming, which class he was assigned to. He reveals he is in the Weapons Academy, freshman class 2, and asks about her. She replies that she is in the Element Academy, freshman class 3. Watching their familiar interaction, another student teases, "Oh ho ho, calling him Jingming already?" Her friend chimes in, joking that she dares to call him Jingming today and will dare to call him baby tomorrow. An official voice then declares that with the academy assignments over, this opening ceremony and the freshman grand competition are now officially concluded. The announcer adds that, additionally, students who performed well in the freshman grand competition will receive apprenticeship messages from exclusive mentors tonight and advises them to please keep an eye out for them. In the VIP stands, the deans are discussing the results. One remarks that this batch of freshmen is much fiercer than the last one. Another agrees, noting especially the first place Su Jingming. He predicts that in another year or two, Su Jingming will likely suppress the entire student body. A third dean speculates that he reckons those societies are going to break their heads fighting over him. As the crowd disperses, Lu Wentao suggests that since it is finally over, they should go out for a meal. His friends agree, and Song Qiuyun playfully suggests they let Su Jingming, the newcomer king, treat them, since after all, he is about to become a tycoon with a 10 cubic meter space ring. Su Jingming happily agrees, saying it is no problem and they can order whatever they want later. His friends cheer that Brother Ming is generous. Their celebration is cut short as a voice calls out to Student Su, telling him to wait a moment. The group is confused. The man introduces himself as Wu Yuan, the president of the Meteor Society, and states he would like to invite Student Su to join their society. Before Su Jingming can even ask who he is, Wu Yuan makes his pitch. He explains that of course, since he is currently the only S-rank student, their Meteor Society will show its sincerity. He promises that as long as he joins, he will be given the position of vice president, receive 100 credits per semester, and 1 B-class resource. The onlookers are in awe. One student exclaims, "Vice president!" Another sighs that he is so envious, pointing out that people like them have to pay fees and do hard labor just to join a society, and the gap is just too big. Someone else adds that the Meteor Society is a peak society in their school, and with a vice president resume, he can definitely join an elite guild after graduation. Before Su Jingming can respond, another voice interrupts. Wei He, president of the Ash Society, mockingly asks Wu Yuan if his Meteor Society is being a bit too stingy. He then presents his own counteroffer, telling Su Jingming to come to their Ash Society where he can directly become the reserve president. He promises that when he graduates, Su Jingming will become the full president and will not miss out on any other benefits. The crowd is stunned again, with one shouting, "Holy crap, reserve president!" Another comments on this treatment, saying the Ash Society is really investing heavily. Wu Yuan calmly explains that his Meteor Society is subordinate to the Meteor Guild, and guild regulations mean their president must be arranged by the guild, so he indeed cannot offer those terms. Caught between the two powerful offers of vice president and reserve president, Su Jingming needs time to consider his options. He tells them he needs time to think and can give them an answer in a few days. He reflects on his past life, when he joined the student council during university and even served as the chairman, a role that took up a massive amount of his time, and decides it is better to be cautious in this life. Both presidents agree. Wei He gives him his card, saying it is his. Wu Yuan tells him all right and gives him his private number, asking him to contact him directly once he has decided. Wu Yuan also tells Su Jingming's friends that if the three of them want to join Meteor, they would be warmly welcomed as well. Lu Wentao remarks that it is the same for them. As the two presidents depart, Su Jingming suggests to his friends that they should go. However, it seems it will not be that easy for them to leave. They are immediately swarmed by a horde of recruiters from various other clubs. One student from a mostly female society begs student Su to join. Another promises their club has the best development prospects, while a third boasts that their club has the support of a financial group. After finally escaping the mob, a weary Su Jingming declares they can now go to the restaurant, Qingyaju. However, just as they are about to leave, he hears a voice greeting him as Junior and sees it is senior sister Jiang Chuxian. He is surprised and stammers a hello. Standing beside him, Song Qiuyun eyes the newcomer with suspicion, asking Su Jingming who this is. He introduces her as the senior sister, Jiang Chuxian, whom he met in the Source Water Wilderness area a while ago. Lu Wentao is completely starstruck, stammering her name, Jiang? Goddess Jiang. Jiang Chuxian introduces herself as being from the Element Academy, sophomore class 3, and says hello to everyone. Lu Wentao is amazed, thinking that as expected of Brother Ming, the supposedly high-cold iceberg beauty actually knows how to smile. Song Qiuyun politely introduces herself as Su Jingming's classmate. As Jiang Chuxian looks at her, she thinks what a beautiful girl she is, with an exquisitely charming appearance and a curvaceous figure. She feels an inexplicable urge to snuggle up to her. The thought flusters her, and she hisses to herself what a terrifying girl. She actually appeals to both men and women. Just then, Su Jingming asks her if they are going out to eat now and if she would like to join them. She happily replies, sure. At a fancy restaurant, the group raises their glasses to celebrate the end of the freshman grand competition, with everyone cheering. During the meal, Jiang Chuxian toasts with her junior, and he replies, okay. A moment later, a blushing Song Qiuyun also raises her glass, calling him by his first name, Jingming, and they drink together. Witnessing the romantic tension, Lu Wentao whispers to Qi Dongxia that these two seem to be interested in Brother Ming, and they should evacuate this love battlefield immediately. Making a quick excuse, he tells his brother Ming he will leave the senior sister and sister Yun to him, as he and Qi Dongxia have some things to do and are leaving first. Before Su Jingming can react, they wave goodbye. Left alone, he wonders what the situation is with those two and why they ran away so fast. A thought crosses his mind that, as expected, drinking causes trouble. A tipsy Jiang Chuxian tells her junior she cannot walk very well anymore and asks if he can support her. Immediately, Song Qiuyun also claims she cannot walk and asks him to help her back too. Overwhelmed, with both women clinging to him, he asks if they are sure, and they both say yes. He awkwardly replies that all right then he will take them back. As he helps the two beautiful women leave, other patrons look on with intense envy. One exclaims he is seriously envious, another comments on him really enjoying the blessing of two women, and a third recognizes Goddess Jiang. After dropping them off, Su Jingming finally returns to his villa and lets out a deep sigh of relief. To his surprise, he finds an unfamiliar woman sitting on his couch and asks who she is. She introduces herself as Su-yu, his class counselor, and explains she has brought over his reward for the freshman grand competition. She presents him with a safe that can be opened with his fingerprint and tells him to remember to join the class group chat, giving him her number. She adds that from now on, he can contact her directly for help with any school matters. After she leaves, Lu Wentao comes downstairs, playfully asking how it went and if a conflict broke out just now between Song Chiyun and senior sister Jiang. Su Jingming, confused, asks what conflict he is talking about and why there would be any conflict between them. Lu Wentao is speechless, marveling at how there was surprisingly no conflict and how harmonious it was. He thinks to himself that as expected of Brother Ming, it turns out he handled them both. With a beep, the safe confirms his permission is granted. A pleased Su Jingming thinks he will try the reward stuff first. Upon receiving his rewards, Su Jingming excitedly inspects his new 10 cubic meter space ring, thinking that it is definitely big enough. He marvels at the convenience, realizing that finally he does not have to run around with weapons strapped to his back every day. His roommate, Lu Wentao, laments that although he is in the top 50, he only has a measly 400 credits, a sum he feels cannot compare to his brother Ming's at all, and exclaims how envious he is. He then points out the 3 storage rings Su Jingming now possesses, saying that he has to admit, his brother Ming is really giving off that rich tycoon vibe now. Su Jingming replies that he does have a few too many rings on hand, and he will head to the equipment department tomorrow, as they should be able to buy this gear back from him. He then notices a pill and wonders what it does as there is no manual for it. Lu Wentao confidently tells him that identifying the pill is simple and calls for Eva to come out. At his friend's suggestion, Su Jingming holds up the pill, and Eva identifies it as a rank 5 mind focus pill, a product of the Magic City Superpower University's potion department. It is an A-rank cultivation resource useful for individuals at tier 5 and below, which significantly boosts mental power upon consumption. Su Jingming asks if Eva has a pill analysis function, to which his roommate replies that it is not just pills, as Eva can also identify monster materials and rare exotic herbs. A thought crosses Su Jingming's mind that the AI is so convenient, and it is a pity he cannot take Eva into the wild. Lu Wentao says there are probably similar products available on the market, which Su Jingming thinks is true and decides he will search for one when he has time later. Later, in the second-floor training room, he decides to first see how much mental power he has. He reflects that physique and spirit are the 2 foundational attributes. The more a user has, the longer their ability lasts and the stronger it becomes. He also knows that, correspondingly, raising them is extremely difficult. A frustrated thought enters his mind that it is getting harder and harder. He recalls that at first, the conversion was 1 to 0.2, but now it is 1 to 0.1, becoming less cost-effective. He hopes that this pill can bring him a surprise. He swallows the pill and begins to cultivate. Later, he checks his system panel and sees that his spirit is now at 1037 Hz. A pleased thought crosses his mind that it saved him 500 ability points and the effect is nice. With his spirit high, he decides to train for 2 hours before sleeping. The next day, he thinks about how, after selling the rings, his assets actually skyrocketed to over 100 million. He realizes he has saved up a small fortune and that superpowered people really do make a lot of money. At the pharmacy department, an announcement calls for number 14 to proceed to pharmacist number 3. An impatient student grumbles that he is only at number 14 when he is number 43, and that he will probably have to wait over an hour. Seeing the long queue, Su Jingming decides he will sit and cultivate for a while first. Just then, he hears a voice ask, a junior brother? You're here too? He looks up and is surprised to see his senior sister, Jiang Chuxian. He asks what a coincidence it is and if she has sobered up from last night, but she tells him it was long ago. She then asks if he is there to sell those rare herbs he found in the cave last time. He explains that it is not exactly that, and it would be better if he could find a potion maker to refine them for him, as that beats selling them directly. She then asks if he is looking for a potion maker. A playful thought enters her mind. Don't you think there is an excellent and beautiful potion maker right here in front of you? He asks if she is referring to herself, and questions if she is not an amateur. She retorts, asking who says she is an amateur, proudly stating she has a rank 2 potion maker license and that refining some rank 2 pills is a breeze for her. She then reveals that besides, she is not planning to go to the wilderness to film content anymore, as she is switching careers to become a full-time potion maker, a statement that leaves him completely shocked. She explains that after that last crisis, she realized the wilderness might not be suitable for her. She says that, of course, she will still film videos, but she will switch to daily life vlogs about making potions. He asks about changing her video style, pointing out that she will probably lose a huge wave of fans. She tells him to tell her about it. She then shares that she is an orphan and that her parents both died in a beast tide when she was a teenager. An old memory flashes in her mind of someone exclaiming over her viral video of killing beasts. She continues, explaining that after she awakened her A-rank ice ability, she worked hard to get into university, but her financial situation was dire. After her video blew up, she got endorsements for battle suits and weapons, so her income went up. But she confesses she actually prefers researching and refining pills. She says that if he had not saved the day last time, she would have been done for, and she cannot be that lucky every time, so she decided to pivot. He wishes her good luck and hopes her transition is successful. He then expresses his confusion, asking if an ice-type user can become a potion maker. She replies that she can tell he does not know much about potion making. She explains there are specialized enchanted cauldrons that can convert energy types into flame, and that his lightning type can refine medicine too. Convinced, he tells her then he will leave these rare herbs to her. She is surprised and asks if he is really going to let her help. Seeing that he trusts her this much, she says she will not be polite and promises to give him the finished pills in a week. As she speaks, his phone begins to ring. The scene shifts to a grand estate. A man tells his senior that before he came back, he saw a lot of news about their junior brother on the school's official forum, calling him a total monster. The woman with him asks senior brother Lu if their junior brother is really that powerful. Lu Ming replies with a confident smirk, "You'll know in a moment. He will absolutely shock you." The woman seems intrigued, saying if that is so, then she will have to verify that carefully later, but thinks to herself that while their junior brother should be tough, their senior brother might be exaggerating a bit. Su Jingming arrives at the estate and greets his teacher, saying he rushed over as soon as he got the call. His gaze then falls on his senior brother Lu, and he asks in alarm what happened to him. The dean explains that it was the rank 8 Grandmaster, Wang Lin. To lure monsters, he used the Grey Guild as bait, which resulted in heavy casualties, and his senior brother was seriously injured too. Lu Ming adds that he fought that bastard Wang Lin, and although he did not win in the end, he did not walk away unscathed either, and that is why he could not attend his junior's freshman competition. Su Jingming clenches his fist in rage, exclaiming, "Damn it! A rank 8 Grandmaster can move mountains and fill seas. I didn't expect such scum to exist." He thinks to himself that the current him is only at the 2nd tier, so forget about avenging his senior brother. If he ran into that kind of situation, he would probably just be cannon fodder. He realizes that in this world, if you do not become strong, you will just be crushed by the strong at their whim. Seeing his disciple's intense reaction, the dean tells him not to think too much about it. He then introduces him to his 3rd-year senior brother, Su Wei, and his 2nd-year senior sister, Tong Yu. They both say hello. Su Wei then presents a gift, a rank 4 Origin Energy Pill, which is a B-rank cultivation resource, and says he will just transfer 200 credits directly. Su Jingming thanks his senior brother and sister. Lu Ming then speaks up, noting that his senior sister Tong seemed to doubt what he said just now. He prompts his junior, asking if it is true he has mastered 4 A-rank lightning combat skills. He calmly confirms his senior brother Lu is correct. The news leaves both his seniors utterly shocked. Tong Yu asks, "Holy crap! Is that actually true?" Su Wei adds, asking how he managed to reach the upper stage of the 2nd tier while learning combat skills at the same time. Tong Yu explains that A-rank combat skills are super difficult and that she only barely promoted to the upper stage of the 2nd tier recently after mastering 2 of them. A thought crosses her mind, not only is his level the same as hers, but he has also mastered more A-rank skills than her, and she wonders where the justice is. When asked for his secret, Su Jingming humbly replies he has no special experience and was just born with good intuition. He thinks to himself he definitely cannot tell them about the system. His senior sister exclaims that, "Junior brother, that hurts her heart." The dean speaks up, saying he has always been satisfied with Jingming's intuition and hard work, and promises to treat him to a celebration banquet later. He adds that Dean's son praised him to the skies. Su Jingming simply replies it was okay and that it is just that they were all too weak. He then tells his teacher he wants him to help test a combat skill. When asked what skill, his senior brother Lu, who is in a wheelchair, playfully offers his help, saying he is here, but Su Jingming ignores him. Looking at his master, he reveals it is the S-rank combat skill, Nether Thunder Armor. The words send a wave of shock through the room. His seniors are speechless. Su Wei stumbles back, admitting that as a lower-stage third-tier user, he cannot break the defense of the Nether Thunder armor. Seeing the need for a proper test, the dean tells everyone to go to the training field. As they head out, his senior sister asks her senior brother if their junior really learned that S-rank skill. Lu Ming confidently states that based on his understanding of Su Jingming, he would not talk big. His senior sister sighs, finally understanding what her senior meant by monster. In the training arena, a powerful surge of purple lightning emanates from Su Jingming. He unleashes the skill, and a brilliant, intricate suit of Nether Thunder armor materializes around him. He then calls out to his master to come at him. As Su Jingming stands enveloped in his newly formed Nether Thunder armor, the dean, Yang Zhentian, tells his disciple he will start with an attack intensity of a peak tier 3 superpowered individual. He then unleashes a powerful blast of red energy, but Su Jingming confidently shouts for his teacher to crank it up, declaring that the current level of attack is not enough. The dean happily agrees to increase the output, warning him to say if he cannot handle it as he escalates the force from 2 times to 4 times, and then 6 times the original strength. As the assault reaches a staggering 10 times the initial intensity, Su Jingming grunts in pain, his armor crackling under the immense pressure. When the test concludes, his master lets out a hearty laugh, praising his student's incredible performance. He explains that the final attack had the intensity of a lower stage tier 4 user, which is about 10 times that of a peak tier 3, and concludes that his armor would require at least a tier 4 A rank user to break its defense. From the sidelines, his senior sister is completely stunned. A thought crosses her mind. An S-rank combat skill combined with an S-rank ability, and to think it could reach such a terrifying level? His other senior exclaims that junior brother is crossing 2 major tiers to defend against tier 4 attacks and that this is not just being a monster anymore. Just as the dean suggests it is about time to go out and eat, Su Jingming, with a defiant cry, declares this is not his limit yet and that the teacher should wait. In a sudden, explosive burst of power, his hair turns a shocking white as he activates his Thunder Extreme state. His seniors recognize the transformation immediately. One exclaims, "Thunder Extreme state." Jingming's undying thunder body has promoted to the 3rd layer. Another shouts in amazement at how fierce their junior brother is. The dean is equally surprised, realizing this is how he was able to withstand 10 times the impact force. He decides to test him again and launches another attack, but this time, even an attack intensity of a middle stage tier 4 user, 20 times the initial force, is needed to break his defense. After 3 minutes, an exhausted Su Jingming collapses. The dean, his face filled with pride, praises him, saying that the fact that he can achieve this truly exceeds all of his expectations. Exhausted but satisfied, Su Jingming thanks his teacher, saying he now finally knows what level his defense has reached. The dean helps his student up, remarking that out of all his disciples, he is the most worry-free because he learns everything without even needing to be taught. In a good mood, the dean declares they will go eat and tells them to order the most expensive stuff. Later, Su Jingming asks his senior brother Lu which of the 2 major clubs he should choose. Lu Ming advises him to pick Meteor, a surprising answer to his other senior. Lu Ming explains that if the Grey Guild had not run into problems, he would certainly want his junior to join them, but right now, Meteor is definitely the better option. His master then offers his own advice, suggesting Jingming should stay in a club for a year or 2, then create his own society as a junior or senior. He explains that those people will then become the first core members of his own power base after graduation. Su Jingming questions if building his own power is really necessary. His master then reveals that the reason he has not been able to step into the Grandmaster rank is because he does not have a faction, forcing him to do everything himself and wasting time. He advises his disciple to remember that having a force to handle miscellaneous tasks will allow him to focus solely on cultivation. Su Jingming understands and thanks his teacher for the guidance, deciding that it looks like he will have to consider this once his strength improves a bit more. The next day, he thinks to himself that things at school are starting to get on track, as classes have finally officially started. During a lecture, the professor talks about the origin of beasts hundreds of years ago. The origin energy that surged on the blue planet caused wild animals to turn into ferocious beasts, while humans awakened their powers. Su Jingming also learns that after the origin energy surge, people discovered many ancient civilization ruins underground, and that most of the blue planet's advanced technology, including ability detection devices, evolved from these ancient civilizations. He attends various classes, from the weaponry college to the elemental college, where he impresses the instructor by effortlessly shaping his lightning into an intricate dragon, a feat of control she says no one else in her college can do, lamenting that he is not in her class. That weekend, in the Yangqing wilderness area, he thinks about all the new knowledge, new techniques, and new equipment he has acquired. He reflects that, sure enough, his combat ability has improved a lot again as he stands amidst a field of defeated beasts, holding his powerful azure black dragon spear, a weapon he purchased for 1,000 credits. He checks his system panel and notes it is a pity a plus sign has not appeared behind the ability column yet, as logically speaking, if everything else can be upgraded, his ability should be able to as well. He is confident that one day, his Purple Sky Divine Thunder will become an SS rank ability. With over 13,000 ability points, he decides not to save them and instead use them to improve himself as soon as possible to be more efficient. Back on campus, his sparring partner, Song Chiuyun, is amazed. She exclaims that he only learned ability manipulation a few days ago, yet his skill is already better than the results of her own month of training. He smugly replies that he just suddenly had an epiphany, though he internally knows that with his system, she of course cannot compare. She then tells him that in 1 week, the joint event with Qingjing Superpower University, Jincheng Superpower University, and their school is starting, and asks if he is participating. He says he heard the destination is the wilderness area, so of course he is participating. He thinks to himself that this is a great opportunity to harvest ability points, and he really wants to see what kind of prodigies the other 2 top universities have recruited. 1 week later, Su Jingming and his friends gather for a meeting. Lu Wentao remarks that with Brother Ming here for this year's freshman research trip, they can just lay back and relax. Song Chiuyun adds that without him, their S-rank school won first place 4 years in a row, so it looks like a 5th consecutive championship is in the bag. A portal opens, and Vice Principal Ling Shuang appears, announcing that she will be hosting this meeting about the research trip and commands Eva to open the map. She explains their destination is the number 7 Devil's Den wilderness area, a location deep in the mountains. The name, Devil's Den, sends a shiver of fear through the students, with one exclaiming that it sounds scary, as they have heard only places where countless superpowered individuals have fallen get called that. The vice principal states she will personally lead the team for this trip, and each college will also arrange instructors. She explains that resources will be allocated based on the ranking of all participants, which in turn is based on the number and tier of beasts killed. First place is crucial, as it concerns the glory of their university's 5-win streak. She then entrusts the task of securing victory to Su Jingming. He confidently replies that there is no problem, believing that with his current combat power, no freshman should be able to surpass him. However, Ling Shuang then reveals that Qingjing University has brought in foreign aid who possesses an S-rank ability. This news shocks the crowd. She clarifies that this S-rank is not from their Xia country, but is an exchange student from the Jiedu nation. An image appears, showing his name is Kiran Rao, and he possesses an S-rank enhancement type ability and is at the Tier 3 lower stage. The fact that his S-rank rival is a tier above him wipes the confident smirk from Su Jingming's face, replaced by a look of grim seriousness. A wave of shock ripples through the students. They learn that a Tier 3, low-rank S-ranker is among the freshmen, and they question if such a prodigy can truly exist. Vice Principal Ling confirms the information is accurate. She clarifies, however, that the student, Kiran Rao, is already 20 years old. This revelation causes a new wave of complaints. The students argue that his extra 2 years of training give him an unfair advantage over them. Another student points out that in Kiran's home country, university starts at 20, making him technically a freshman. Nearby, a flicker of concern crosses Song Chiuyun's face. She knows in her heart that she is no match for a Tier 3 S-ranker. She glances over at Su Jingming and sees that he isn't worried at all. Su Jingming is indeed unfazed. As an S-ranker himself, he is used to fighting opponents of a higher rank. A confident smile plays on his lips. He thinks about his 3 S-rank and 4 A-rank combat techniques, along with his master-level spearmanship. He sees absolutely no reason to be afraid. Furthermore, since the competition is judged by the number and rank of beasts killed, he is certain he will not lose to any other freshman. Principal Ling sees the young man's confidence and is pleased. She thinks to herself that he is the most outstanding S-rank student their school has seen in recent years. Giving him the SS-ranked Tyrannosaurus blood was not a waste. She believes Qingjing Ability University brought in a foreign talent just to secure first place for resource priority. She muses that they are destined for disappointment. She concludes the briefing, giving the students 7 days to prepare for the research trip. She then departs through a glowing magic circle, vanishing from sight. 7 days later, Jiang Chuquan presents Su Jingming with a large array of pills she refined for him. With a proud smile, she explains she has prepared antidote, healing, ability recovery, and mind-awakening pills. She adds that they are all Tier 2 and that she made 20 of each, which should be enough for his trip. Su Jingming thanks her, his eyes catching the dark circles under hers. He advises her not to stay up late making pills in the future, saying he can just buy them if needed. Blushing, she insists that her personally refined pills are far more effective than anything store-bought. She then nervously explains that she prepared a second, identical set of pills for him to give to Song Chiuyun. Surprised, Su Jingming asks when the two of them became so close. Jiang Chuquan just blushes deeper and replies that she will not tell him. She wishes them both luck and safety on their trip before saying her goodbyes. Alone in his room, Su Jingming looks at the massive quantity of pills. He realizes she must have pulled several all-nighters to refine all of them. He holds one of the vials, silently acknowledging her feelings for him. A determined look hardens his features. He reminds himself that he needs to get stronger before he can even consider romance. On the day of the research trip, a huge crowd of freshmen gathers on the university's playground. Su Jingming stands with his friends, surprised that almost all 856 freshmen have signed up. He wonders aloud why they are meeting on the playground instead of at the high-speed rail station. Lu Wento excitedly explains that they will be traveling by aircraft. Song Chiuyun looks puzzled, pointing out that there is no runway. Just as she speaks, another student shouts for everyone to look up. A massive, futuristic aircraft descends from the clouds, its immense size casting a shadow over the entire field. The students stare in awe as the colossal ship lands gently on the grass. As its ramp lowers, one student remarks that the airship is a relic excavated from an ancient civilization. He notes that its advanced anti-gravity technology is still not fully understood. From the open ramp, Vice Principal Ling emerges and instructs the freshmen to board the ship. Before takeoff, Principal Ling unleashes her power. She creates a brilliant blue magic circle that she calls her spatial yin-yang domain. This powerful energy surrounds the airship. Inside, the students are stunned to see the ship's walls become completely transparent. Lu Wento explains that the Tier 8 Grandmaster's domain creates a safe space around the ship, protecting them from any flying beasts they might encounter. Watching this incredible display of power, Su Jingming reflects on the unbelievable abilities of high rankers. He wonders if his indestructible Thunderbody skill will eventually grant him the ability to fly. With everyone on board, Principal Ling commands the AI to depart, and the transparent airship launches into the sky. They soon arrive at the Shunan Supply Base in Xian Province. A guide greets the students and directs them toward their dormitory buildings, informing them there is a cafeteria and a large training ground nearby. After receiving their room cards, Su Jingming and his friends share their room numbers. Su Jingming is in room 504. With a bright smile, Song Chiuyun reveals she is in room 505, making them next-door neighbors. Su Jingming states that since he has a space ring, he has no need to drop off his luggage. He announces his plan to check out the training room first, and an eager Song Chiuyun immediately declares that she will go with him. Su Jingming and Song Chiuyun arrive at the large, bustling training ground, which is already filled with students from all 3 universities. Song Chiuyun points out a powerfully built man training in the corner. She identifies him as the S-ranker from Qingjing Ability University, Kiran Rao. Other students are also watching him, amazed by the sheer weight of the dumbbells he is lifting. They comment that each plate is a staggering 200 kilograms. As he works out, Kiran Rao notices them and seems to recognize Su Jingming. He drops the massive weights, which impact the ground with such force that the floor shatters beneath them. He then strides over to introduce himself with a friendly greeting. Other Qingjing students murmur amongst themselves, confirming Su Jingming's identity as Magic University's top freshman. They are amazed he is already a high-ranked Tier 2 at only 18 years old. They express relief that Kiran Rao is on their side, believing he is their only chance to win the competition. Surprised by how polite Kiran seems, Su Jingming extends his hand for a handshake. However, Kiran ignores him completely. He instead turns his attention to Song Chiuyun, getting uncomfortably close and calling her a beautiful lady. His sweaty body has a strong, unpleasant odor, and Song Chiuyun is visibly disgusted, covering her nose to block the smell. Before Kiran can get any closer, Su Jingming firmly grabs his wrist, stopping him in his tracks. With a cold glare, Su Jingming informs him that touching a lady while covered in stinking sweat is incredibly rude. The friendly act instantly vanishes. Kieran glares back at Su Jingming, his face contorted in fury. The tension in the training ground skyrockets as a powerful red aura erupts from Kieran, clashing with a brilliant blue energy that surges from Su Jingming. The onlookers watch nervously, worried a fight is about to break out between the two S-rankers. The fight does not happen. Su Jingming releases his grip and calmly suggests that as a guest in this country, Kieran should take the time to learn its local customs and etiquette. As Su Jingming and Song Chuyun walk away, Kieran looks down at his wrist, still feeling the immense pressure from the grip. He is stunned, realizing that despite his own formidable strength, he could not budge the lightning user an inch. He wonders where Su Jingming acquired such incredible physical power. His thoughts then shift as he watches Song Chuyun with a predatory gaze, recognizing her as a genius from the powerful Song family. He muses that if he could win her over, he would never have to worry about cultivation resources again. Once outside, Song Chuyun thanks Su Jingming for his help, explaining that she could not stand the smell in the training room. She then suggests they find another place to spar, and Su Jingming happily agrees. An hour later, their training session complete, Su Jingming, Song Chuyun, and two other girls leave a restaurant after a meal. As they walk, a sinister-looking man with glasses watches them from the street. He mutters about beasts destroying the world and a supreme heavenly god who can save humanity. Su Jingming notices the man and his followers trying to recruit people, all of whom show no interest. He recalls hearing about doomsday cults spreading rhetoric since the beast descended and is not surprised to find one active here. The cult leader grows furious as more people ignore his message. Suddenly, his frustration twists into a dark idea. With a malevolent grin, he pulls out a wicked-looking knife, deciding that people need to personally feel pain to become believers. His face contorts into a crazed smile as he declares that only by sensing pain can one truly appreciate the greatness of being alive. He then lunges toward a nearby mother and her young child, his arm raised, preparing to stab them. From a distance, Su Jingming's eyes flash with purple lightning. In an instant, he moves like a blur of pure energy, appearing between the attacker and his innocent victims.